Not a fail. Well, here we are in the aftermath, having slept on it, thought about it all day long. Have you gotten over that loss yet? Here's the thing, and I realize why we feel the way we do. And I hate to actually quote or go behind any of the thinkings of Pete Carroll, but he's absolutely right. Pete Carroll says losing is never acceptable under any circumstances. He says these guys have got to learn to compete. Never appreciate or accept losing. And on any level do you do that. You got to learn to compete, learn what it is to win, and be driven by that desire to win. So that's why we did not overreact. We were not supposed to lose that game in the way we did. The flags, the misplaced. You know, that play that everybody's talking about with, I still thought that pass was just a little out of Dante's reach, just a little, but Kyle Shanahan. Oh, by the way, let me mention the mods real quick here. Mods, Daniel Serrano, Rhodes Matheson, YMSA, and the head up and man in charge. Jesus is my king, 777. J. Rod, Jeff 10, Razor. So if the haters are in there messing up, they will clean it up. So haters, you can come in, and you're allowed to come in. We're a friendly bunch. Normally. But if you do mess up, if you step out of line, you will be dealt with. Just to let you know, we do not tolerate racism. We do not tolerate any derogatory terms or nastiness toward the female gender. If you don't understand these, maybe you better ask questions when you get in. Okay. Anyway, about what I was speaking on, Jimmy Garoppolo's interception on Garoppolo, or was it on Dante Pettis? Because Kyle Shanahan says it's the latter. He further responds with, without a doubt, the receiver needs to come down with the ball. I'd love for it to be perfect and make it a lot easier, which Jimmy is capable of. Jimmy needs to take responsibility for that, but Dante should catch it every single time. He is capable of that, unquote. So where you at on that? You can tell me, we'll talk about that in a minute. Was it Dante or was that Jimmy? Because I got my theory on Dante. I hope I'm wrong. He may be protecting himself because the season hasn't started yet. But I've seen Dante wave off a couple of plays because he saw the defender or he heard footsteps. It could be my imagination, but we'll see. And the pass rush, which is bothering everybody. Yesterday we saw Duke Ejiofor look like the complete beast. Now, here's where I'm going with this, fam. Ejiofor was drafted by the Houston Texans in the 6th round. Sixth damn round. 177th overall of the 2018 draft. The 49ers picked up Marcel Harris in the 6th round. Harris comes to us still healing, right? I forget his extent of his injury. Was it an Achilles that he got over a while back? I'm just saying, hopefully he'll blow us away upon healing up. Marcel Harris is a big, bad dude, and I figure with our scouts, he must be a badass. And remember, we get our best picks from the 5th, 6th, and 7th round, it appears. Because did you see DJ Jones yesterday? All right. Meanwhile, Solomon Thomas knows he needs work. He needs work on his pass rush. We're talking about a guy who was drafted number 3 overall last year. So Solomon T is on it and really on it. So I got mad respect for Solomon T. He went to a pass rush specialist. Brandon Jordan is his name during the offseason. And Jordan also trained guys like Gerald McCoy of the Tampa Bay Bucks. And Jordan was asked about his student, our guy, Solomon T. He's quoted as saying he's a natural. What I liked about Thomas and him and Gerald both, after every rush, they finished everything. They finished like they were doing, they were going to the quarterback. They didn't just finish after they finished their move on me. They finished on the quarterback, running a hoop or just running downhill. Everything was natural for him. Jordan was further asked, how many players finish like that? Jacobs responded with, to be honest with you, the great ones. The best ones are the ones who finish. The guys that just need to learn and add that into their tools, they don't finish. But him, McCoy, Snacks, Ed Oliver, those guys finished every rep. I got a feeling about Solomon T. Unfortunately, got hurt. I wanted to see some more of him this season. Solomon T. looks like he is so seriously, intensely. I mean, this guy is not going to settle for second best, third best. And DeForest Buckner needs him. As a tandem, they could be wicked. Wicked! The helmet rule, man! We're going to have to... The new penalty for lowering your... leading with the head has already created all kinds of... I mean, it seems like it's subjected to the referee's judgments, right? So the controversies go on, and we got to see it yesterday in Houston. There were two that were extremely questionable. One called against Raheem Mostert. You see, Mostert's... His body's actually tilted to the side. Okay. And they talk about who initiates contact. The receiver's dropping down. His helmet bumps. Flag on Mostert. He led with his shoulder. And then there was the one against Jeremy Atachu. He was already locked up with an offensive lineman. And then with a push, lowered his head slightly. It bumped. If his hands were already out on his opponent, wasn't he leading with his hands? Pushes this way, head falls down. The helmet is not feather light. It's not being used as a weapon in that situation. 15 yards, 49ers. This is going to be an issue all season long. It will take away from our viewing. And you know that. Everything's going to have to be looked at. Referee's going to stand there with his other three idiots, and they're going to stand around and try to discuss. Because quite frankly, fam, the refs don't understand this either. They don't get it. And I imagine there's somebody holding classes every day with these guys saying, all right, here's a play that you may have not called. And this is a play you probably should have called. Meanwhile, the suffering's going to go on all during the preseason. And they said that would be the case. They said they're going to they're going to walk it back after the preseason. With that little gap between the preseason games and the regular season, maybe they'll rewrite the rules, maybe they'll modify things a little bit, but they'll change it. Will they change it? We got to wait and see. All right. Sherman spoke on it, too, with a tweet. He said, to all those people, including those who made the rule, I want a video of you running full speed and being led by anything but your head while also attempting to bring down a moving target. You will soon realize it's impossible. And the run game. Oh, the run game. After half of football, the 49ers still had 27 yards of rushing. Pass game was productive, but that's because of Jimmy G and his crew. The air attack is lighting, fam. You know what? The 49ers aerial attack, that could be top 5 by mid-season. Marquise Goodwin is not going to get stopped. If you stop him, you're going to have to double team him. Already that weakens your secondary. And then, of course, Garçon gets busy. Taylor gets busy. The middle's going to be open. Kittle gets busy. We have a lot of guys that know what to do under Kyle Shanahan's direction. If things continue on, they'll look for it. And you can quote me on this later. I say top 6 by mid-season. But right now, the run game, all right? The game was productive, but they continue to have challenges making space for the running backs to get through the line. It's all about the offensive line. The team gave both Jeremy McNichols and Joe Williams chances in the backfield, but neither guy could produce. And Joe Williams, everybody's favorite guy, Williams didn't have a horrible game. The running back position competition is tight, and he didn't do himself any favors, though, losing the ball halfway through the fourth quarter. Boink. You understand? You know what? He had 8 carries for 18 yards. You do the math. I don't even want to repeat it. The running game as a whole was not productive. This is why Alfred Morris is going to get a lot of work this coming week, and we'll see him come in and maybe give a little instruction. But the bottom line is this. There is no protection for those running backs. It's from the right side of the line. It's all anew. They don't know Kyle Shanahan's system. They are in learning mode. So you got from McGlinchey to Cooper, Joshua Garnett, who had a fairly good game yesterday. Weston Richburg, whose attitude is out of control yesterday with all those penalties because he got frustrated and he got pissed off. And Joe Staley warned us about this. He said Weston Richburg is a bit of an asshole. So the asshole came out of him yesterday and he got pissed. He got a flag for personal foul. So, until they learn that there are no creases for anybody to run through on that right side, you can't run behind Tomlinson and Staley all day. So they got a lot of work to do that. And maybe we're holding the running backs completely responsible. I don't know if that's well placed. I kind of feel bad for him. 275, 260 and up. I mean, guys coming at you at 100 miles an hour with nobody protecting you. It's scary. So I'm gonna hold judgment on the running backs. And I guess we're gonna. I'm really worried about this though because it's not going to get good until about week 3. Damn it! If we had to switch offensive linemen next year, I'm going to scream. Last year was that way. This year it's this way. All right. Anyway, nothing to be done about that. But hey, what we got to think of here. Tyrone Moore says 49ers Joe Williams out at least 1 week, had a rib fracture and a very bad bruise. See. This could be a prelude to go ahead and put him back on the IR for the rest of the year. Again, I think, you know what? I'm kind of glad that Solomon Thomas and Jerick McKinnon got hurt just a little bit enough to be out until that offensive line can get their things together. Fire Ema says Mack is not leaving Oakland, but pass rush, right? But if he does, then Raiders and Gruden is not off to a good start. Mack is all smoke. And Johnny Bananas, what's up? Nobody's going to want to trade for Ward. I told people about that yesterday. We use his 5th-year option, and he's an $8.5 million liability. Fam, attention, Kmart shoppers. He has a guarantee on that $8.5 mil. The 49ers are going to make him work. You cut him, he gets paid, we get nothing. You ain't going to trade him either, just like Johnny Bananas says. Nobody's going to pick up that contract. Ward's not selling himself out there right now. We're stuck with him. We got to get him to work. Brian Culp, hey, with all the players signing lately, when will we see MC Lander again? Tell Lily he'll be back soon. MC's in summertime. I can't find him half the time. The guy's out chasing the felines. Fernando says if Niners have a chance on Mac, they need to pay up quick. Kenneth Galon says, can't win football games, only special teams and offense. You need the defense. So true. John Delvin, 90 gang! And Van Life, 1, 2, 3s. Yeah, it's me, bros. I'm here. Relax. It's all good. Niners! I think I got crazy yesterday. After a game, it's always going to be a little tough. Jonathan Torres says, get rid of Jimmie Ward. Put Moore in that secondary spot and said, hey, you see that play Moore made? That was why Mosley got that INT. That lightning-like speed tip. Mosley's right there. Tip point. John Delvin, where's... I almost said it. You almost got me, John. Where's the bleeping Niner gang at? Marco Pedroza Jr., what's up? Jamal Fagan, what's up, Niner Empire? This offense will strike like Mambas. Defense needs a lot of work. True. Fernando puts CJ on the practice team for real. I don't know what to say about poor CJ. John Delvin, 18 days until we officially start. That's right. And Palpy Pablo says, Niners! He probably needs warming up, right? Van Life 1, 2, 3, SWAT up! And Gil Fista, we good. We good. Clark Kent, Mullen new second string. Yes, I said it. He almost pulled off that miracle yesterday, didn't he? All we had to do was play a little defense. He would have had 2 games in a row where he came in and was a hero. Andy Nunez says, what's up? Ronbo and Niner Fam, or Niner Empire. And Rod Simmons, what it do, Ronbo? Niners! So fam, we'll get there. We got some lumps to go through and some curvy roads and downhill, uphill cliffs and stuff. We'll get through it. Hey, repent. Come on in.
What's up, Rumbo? How's it going, man?
Doing this review, man, I'm thinking, man, the 49ers, we're going to have games this year. We're probably going to beat our own butt before the other team gets a chance to. There's no way we should have lost to Joe, what was his name? The third in that fourth quarter drive. He was ass all the fourth quarter. All of a sudden, he couldn't miss. I'm still bothered by that. But it's a preseason game, as everybody says. But I still say, like Pete Carroll, losing is never acceptable. What's up?
Yeah, man. I had to calm down, and I actually feel a lot better after a whole day.
Yeah.
I think a lot of fans, want to see it all come together like right away and overnight. You know what I'm saying? So
true.
I think to be realistic, especially with Shanahan's system, both on especially the offensive line, they need time to come, to come together. I remember, was it last year, the 49ers offensive line, even as they were struggling at the end of the year, they started really coming together, So it's not that easy. It doesn't, and the positives, to be honest with you, I still feel like the offensive line did a pretty good job. I know their Texans didn't have their starting defensive line, but they had a lot of blitz coming at them. And, Garoppolo was able to still throw the ball, and I know he had a couple guys in his face,
But he looked so calm. Man, he looked calm.
Yeah, man. I mean, Garoppolo really showed why he got paid that kind of money, man. And he looked, as good as as they're gonna look. And I agree with you that the pass was a little high, to be honest with you. But at the same time, I didn't look at it completely, but it seemed like the ball hit Pettis' hand good enough to where he might have been able to reach
doing Odell
a little bit more for it. So, you know what, Ronbo, without a doubt, there's two things that come to mind. Is he's a rookie, and of course those footsteps are going to get to you, man. So,
yeah,
you can't ignore it. It's just a natural reaction. But on top of that, he may be also thinking like, man, it's preseason. I'm not going to be going out there stretching, for a pass,
And getting knocked out before the season starts. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, and about the defensive line, yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? They missed Solomon T, and that defensive line did not look the same. You know what I'm saying? And this was a weaker offensive line that they were facing.
I know.
And, Solomon Thomas, I think he's showing already that he's going to be that much of a difference maker. So I wish to tell the Empire, like, what you guys, it's the preseason. Give us some time. The Vikings last week, they looked really good. And then this week, they look horrible.
I know.
Mr.
I was encouraged by that, actually.
No, I was too, because I thought the same thing too. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I thought they had a good offensive line. I thought, they were ready to go already, So, but it's not what it looks like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, so it's just a preseason. It's hard to really, put it all together when all the players are not even over there. But I think the one thing we have a valid concern for is Jimmie Ward. That's just the one guy I'm just like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, Ronbo. I feel like at some point we're going to have to put a little bit on the defensive coordinator, man. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, people are starting to do that already, actually. Is Salah's secondary, does that work? Because Jimmie Ward and a lot of guys, they can't play off the receiver like that. And Salah's philosophy, or Halfley, whoever is orchestrating that, they want you to make a play. It's almost a setup. The quarterback thinks he's got somebody open. He doesn't. You got to jump the route. And I don't think everybody has that capability. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, man. I mean, gosh, the Texans were just going up and down the field. If that game would have been a regular season game, it was going to be like a 45 to 48 game. And that's where things got put. Yeah.
Repent, not if Richard Sherman's in that game, though. If Richard Sherman's in that game, that receiver doesn't make – this is his secondary. He makes that play. Jimmy will never learn this system. But Richard Sherman, if they do that, it's going back the other way. This is the thing. We'll see later.
And I think there's hope for the 49ers defense. You got to know, K'Wan Williams, he was playing really good last year. He's going to be able to come back, and he's going to be able to honestly replace Ward if Ward's not acting right, you know. You're going to have Richard Sherman coming back. You're going to have Solomon T coming back, you know, and we might have to wait till week 3, but at least we're going to have, you know, Mr. Reuben Foster and Fred Warner and Malcolm Smith, you know.
Fred, I like him.
Yeah, man, but you know, I can't talk enough about Garoppolo, man. I mean, I get so excited. We got a legit pocket quarterback, pure passer. He's, in my opinion, he's going to be a top 3 quarterback, you know, for the next, you know, 7 to 10 years. This guy's legit, man. You know, if we could just get an offensive line, you know, like the next 3 years picks, and you know, offensive line, you know. My gosh, man.
No, repent. That'll put us right back where we started, though, because they're training every year to learn Shanahan's. I want to get 5 guys that just know Shanahan's system like the back of their hand. They know the guy next to them. These guys are young. McGlinchey's young. Whichever guy, well, I don't know. How old is Cooper? Anyway, you got Joshua Garnett. Maybe he comes around. Weston Richburg. These guys are all young. Only Staley will need replacing in a couple of years. If the rest of those guys can just get it, they'll be on the road.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But I was happy to see Joshua Garnett back in there. You know, he seemed a lot more motivated from the reports I heard. You know, so they're saying he's looking really good. And Ronbo, we just got 2 more preseason games, man. And I'm just like, can we please go another game without injury, man? You know, without injury. So
probably not, but we'll hopefully. Repent. Appreciate you, fam. We're gonna go. And
all right,
great input as usual, man.
Hey man, you gotta drink some hot tea to, you know, help your throat, man.
I have something better than hot tea. It actually breaks things up really quickly. Thank you, though.
hey, don't be getting injured. All right, week 1, Ronbo's out.
I'll be. Kyle, put me on the IR. I won't get cut this year. I'll be fine with that.
There you go. Give me a paycheck.
All right, repent. Talk to you later, fam.
Right,
give me a shout out to the fam too.
That's right, man. Thank you for everything you do, man.
Oh man. Hey, Yamin.
Ronbo.
Yamin's giving us.
Ronbo, what's good with you? Hold on. I got you. Ronbo.
Yes.
What's good with you?
Fam, you know what I'm saying? We're just going over. We're trying to think clearly today, as people's mad as hell last night, right? Because you ain't got to be losing no games like that. I don't care what preseason or otherwise in the last minute like that. Yeah, I mean, 1 minute to go, and we found a way to give that game to him. God almighty.
Ronbo.
And Joe Webb may be the worst quarterback. Boy.
Listen, Ronbo, we're not going to focus on the negative, Ronbo. We're going to focus on the positive. You heard me?
Jimmy G. Right.
Jimmy Ward. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Salute to my old head, Ronbo. Y'all better respect that shit. Listen. Ronbo, I seen the highlights, when I was at work. I think we finished strong. Like, you know what I'm saying? The pass from, Jimmy Guac all the way to Victor Bolden, he was going to go, Ronbo.
I know, but you know what? He
may have. I think that, it is preseason.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. With up to the Niner Empire, I think our strength is going to be on these away games. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, that's where, we're going to be tested. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ronbo, we got a 2-year stretch. We got this year and we got next year. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And next year, we got the AFC North. We got to play Cleveland, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and
Cleveland.
I forgot the other team, but and then we got the NFC South. So I think this year, we're going to be testing on away games. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you speak of next year. You're not talking about this year, then, huh?
No, I'm talking about this year, and I'm talking about next year.
You already, I mean, cause you already know, because I always would get confused in the rotation. But yeah, because didn't we have the NFC South last year? I don't know. I do know it's four conferences.
No. I mean, Ronbo, didn't we play the NFC East last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean,
And
Ronbo.
and AFC South.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, like this year we got the AFC West, and then damn, we got the AFC West. And
see, it's hard to figure out, isn't it? Put it this way though, you're probably right about the AFC. What's the division that the Browns are in? Is that the AFC what? Central? No,
that's the North. I mean, AFC North. I mean, my sisters, they Pittsburgh fans.
All right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, she sending me text messages and shit.
And it's been 4 years.
I mean,
You're
these
right.
Pittsburgh fans. These Pittsburgh fans act like they the fucking Boston Celtics of the NFL and shit.
I mean, they got more champions
ring than us, Ronbo.
Right. I'm going to say they got one more trophy. They got one more Lombardi than we do.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean, Ronbo, you know what I mean, I looked at the schedule earlier. You know what I mean, we gotta beat the Rams. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's our key goal. I mean, we got the Rams. Yeah, they come to Cali. Like, I mean, like the Rams come to Cali, we gotta win that joint. Cause I mean, the last game is gonna be for the playoffs, and like, I mean, like we might get cheated. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that we're going to lose, but, I mean, we might get cheated.
Well, in the last game. But I got to tell you something, y'all, man. By week 7, when we play the Rams, I think that offensive line will start to look a little better. And as the run game gets going, y'all, mean, I tell you what, ain't nobody going to stop the 49ers from scoring points. Because you look at Jimmy G right now, they ain't giving him no run support. He's still out there dotting I's and crossing T's. And if Dante times his jump a little different, maybe he comes down with that. Do you know he damn near threw a perfect game? He could have went 11 of 12.
Ooh. Yeah, so, 11 to 12?
Yeah, he could have. He went 10 for 12, but he could have went 11 for 12 and walked off the field looking like a god. I mean, nobody could stop him. Him and Marquise Goodwin are just ridiculous. Oh, God, I love that competition. Woo! Garçon got involved yesterday, too. Finally.
Right.
Yeah. So,
it's coming. Ronbo, I mean this from my heart, Ronbo. I think our test is, these are away games. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Could
like,
be. It's always that way,
I know, when we play home, we got the home field advantage. Like, you know what I'm saying? But our test is going to be, the away games. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You got to win those. You win half the games on the road, you put yourself in good position to win a lot of games. So, that's why we go 4-4 the first 8 games. Whoa, we be looking good in that second half, boy. 6-10. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna say this. Like, preseason, we might go 2-2. You see what I'm saying? The regular season, I think we probably start off to either 2-0 start or maybe 2-2 or
still
2-2.
Still run from the Vikings.
Maybe 2-3. But I think we're gonna have a run. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I agree. It's gonna be a little tough to get started, but after they get started, look out. We gotta stop though. Fam, I'm gonna see it. I hope you got some time off tomorrow, y'all, man. We'll see you tomorrow, huh?
Hey, Ronbo, I love you, Ronbo.
I love you back,
you gotta close it out for the Niner Empire.
Niners! and 4 wings and fried rice. Hey, yeah, I mean, you added something to the menu, though. Last time we talked about that.
Hey, y'all better respect it. Ronbo Sports, Niner Empire. You see what I'm saying?
Thanks, y'all.
We out. I love you, Ronbo.
Hey, fam. See you tomorrow.
All right.
This is it. And there he goes. You know. Hey, Cynthia's out on the East Coast. Let's get Cynthia in here before it gets too late. Hey, Cynthia.
Hi, Rombo. How you doing?
I'm doing okay after I digested what happened. Cynthia, you know what? There's some comfort in knowing that you didn't just get beat up, that you had that game under control. You lost it because you lost it, not because they beat you. So I'm comforted with that. I don't even have any pain anymore.
Well, that's good because when I saw you last night after that game, I said not too many games get Rombo like that, but that one did. But I was upset too, and one thing that got me upset: how in the heck did we let Ellington score on us? Come on now!
Didn't that make you mad? I was trying not to get too mad about that. Oh, I was mad as hell. He couldn't stay healthy with us. Every time he looked up, he's on the IR. And then he goes over there, and he looks like an all-star. Could have gave him an all-pro yesterday. God.
I know. He looks like he's balling. Ellington.
They couldn't do nothing with him.
12 or whatever.
God. Unbelievable.
Now, a couple of things. I just tried to stomach the replay. The thing that I couldn't deal with it. The thing that really stuck, I really couldn't. I had to turn it off.
I feel it.
The thing that really stuck out in my mind is that our lack of a pass rush.
Oh.
What are we gonna do against the Vikings? God. And I feel like just calling Doomerville out of. Back in, help wanted, Doomerville. Where are you?
Look for that. Look for that to happen, Cynthia. I'm telling you right now, because Eli Harrell can be replaced by Elvis Doomerville. I could put any number of people over there at the Sam position. Let Eli say goodbye, bring Elvis back, and let's go. It's the only sensible thing to do, right?
Exactly. We got to do something. The bright spot. Josh G, I thought he did pretty good.
Who?
I thought he did. Josh Garnett.
Okay. I know.
That was our first round draft pick from 2016. I thought he did decent.
Yeah.
McGlinchey did pretty good.
He'll get better each and every week.
To see that.
Yeah. He'll get better every week. He's still learning.
Yeah, he's still learning. We didn't have as many injuries this week. And so that's a good thing. Our quarterback, I can never say enough about Jimmy G. We got a QB. Oh, I'm so happy. Legit. He is awesome. Now, there's something else that I was looking at for the Vikings game. And I'm not one to wish bad luck on anybody, but they've got a lot of injuries.
I read about that too. A lot.
Yes.
So
we might have a chance. So
yeah. But Cynthia, we had a chance anyway. I mean, we had a chance even at full strength. I don't want us to feel like we were out of the ball game before we started.
No, it was.
It was David versus Goliath, though.
A lot of dumb decisions. Richburg. I mean, come on now. You don't mouth off at the referee. Just accept it, swallow it, but don't make it worse on the team because then he put Jimmy G in a position. What was that? 1st and 35 or some first and.
I remember 19. I remember 19. It may have been longer than that. I do remember something in 19. Oh.
Yeah, it was. I think it was higher. It was higher than 19.
You're probably right.
It was ridiculous. And okay, so Jimmy G, he's probably thinking, well, I got to go downfield. And so he threw that pass and it got intercepted, you know. But when you're third and long like that, that's automatically going to put pressure on the quarterback. Or, make them think, well, you know what, I really got to do it, and make them, they start making not too wise decisions. So
Yeah.
I fault Richburg on that, and I don't think
It
he's all
was.
that great anyway.
Clearly.
I really believe our running game, I don't think he's really done a lot for us. So, I'm not too happy about him. Solomon Thomas, we really did miss him, didn't we?
Yes, it took on a whole different look, didn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. So there's some positive things to say. I felt better while I was sitting here listening to Repent talk. I calmed down after listening to him. So thank you, Repent. But I don't want to take up too much time. I gotta go to bed. Say, Niner Empire, Ronbo, you've been encouraging me for years. I want to thank you. Thank you to the Empire. We got to stay strong and stay faithful.
It's it. And we will get better between now and opening day. So you can bet on that. Shanahan's not going to stand for it. He's gotten to the point he shows a lot of temperament out there. And he went right after. He said things about Richburg in the media. He also said things about Dante. He has no problem calling his people out. I love it. Last year he didn't do that. He did this year. So they're expected to reach another level.
He called them out. And I just, one more thing since you brought that up. I think that the fault goes both to Jimmy G and to Pettis on that play. I fault them both. So I think equal. It was almost an uncatchable ball. Dante really did stretch to try to get it, but he got his hands on it. When you get your hands on the ball, you really should be catching it. So I have to, say half and half probably, but I'm in agreement with everybody. Get the heck Jimmie Ward. What in the good grief?
Wait, Cynthia, remember, Yamin said we got to keep it positive. Okay. We got to go, though. Because if you get started on Jimmie Ward, we're going to go another 10 minutes. We got to stop here, though.
You know what? The positive thing is that it's unanimous.
So true. All right, Cynthia. Let me hopefully get some time tomorrow. We're going to try to get it early tomorrow, too, so we can get our East Coast family. All right?
Okay. Bye-bye now. Bye, Empire.
Yeah. Bye, Cynthia. And let's go to, let's see. And that's REH. Oh, your area code is 302. A 302 area code, hello. 302.
Ronbo.
Hey. All right. And what is your name?
My name's Mike.
Mike. Hey, Mike. Well, come on in, Mike. We're trying to size up what happened yesterday and try to make ourselves feel a little more comfortable with what we can look forward to in the future. Mike, can you add to that subject?
Man, Ronbo, man. Just first of all, I want to say I'm the first-time caller. I definitely appreciate what you do for the Niner Empire.
Oh,
You've been awesome, man.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, man. So definitely, like everybody been saying, man, Jimmy G, man, has been awesome. He's been improving since the last game. He's poised in the pocket. He's accurate. I love his throws. I feel really, really confident with Jimmy G.
I tell you. And wait till they get him a run game. I can't wait. Get him a legit run game. Mike, there is no way you're going to stop that offense. None.
I agree. Like, he's definitely poised with his throws. If he can get that run, like, I'm worried about the run, actually. Like, I'm not too confident about our running backs. But Jimmy G, I love it. Marquise Goodwin, I love him.
You're going to love the running backs, too. People are selling out Jerick McKinnon. If they create creases for Jerick McKinnon, everybody's going to change overnight about him. Because I watched him with Minnesota. They're not having offensive line problems as far as the run game goes in Minnesota last year. Jerick was busting the run here and there all the time. Throw the passes to him, got him open. When they get comfortable together, we're all going to change our mind about Jerick McKinnon quickly. You already know what Matt Brady's capable of on the run game, but they've got to have creases. When you got fast guys like that, they can kill a team with the smallest amount of room because you can't catch them. It takes too long to bring them down. They've already gained 8 or 9 yards, but they've got to have room to run.
True.
Yeah.
Also, I haven't heard a lot of people talk about Akello. Akello's been doing really good. Like, he's
Yeah.
really been a lockdown corner for us.
Yeah.
He's really, like, taking what Sherman has, like, shown him and, like, taught him. And other than that one tackle, you know what I mean, like, he's really been a lockdown corner.
Yeah,
I'm very, very pleased with Akello.
Yeah, and it's a good thing, too, because they're going to go to his side all season long as Richard Sherman, even if Sherman's not even at 100%, nobody wants to test it. They're going to go at Akello Akello could become he could be going to the Pro Bowl or a Pro Bowl candidate this year if Sherman stays on the field. This is going to be funny. I can't wait.
Yeah. And Mostert got robbed yesterday. Like, that was no penalty, like, on his behalf. Like, he led with his shoulders. He tackled correctly. Like, even one of the announcers said if that was during the year, like, that would be called back because he did what he was supposed to do. This new rule is, like, really, like, killing us.
Yeah. And the guys, the refs don't know what they're doing with it. They don't even know how to call it. You know?
Not at all.
That's what we're all in danger.
Has been our downfall. The penalties that really, like, killed us yesterday. Like, I think I want to attribute that to the most of us losing that game because had we got most of those penalties called back, from the, the balls that we'd intercepted, like, we'd have scored. We would have really scored and would have, like, took that game.
We got to stop getting those flags on the pre-snap, too. We remember last year we had trouble with the pre-snap movement, and we were getting called for movement and procedure calls all game long in the beginning. See, all of a sudden that started up again after the first week wasn't bad, and now all of a sudden here come the pre-snap flags? Oh, come on, guys. And that's a lack of focus. That's what pisses me off. That should get better, not worse. So come on.
Yeah, definitely.
And Richburg's
I'm
got
in
a
agreement with
coolest
everybody.
temper.
Jimmy Ward, he's got to go. Like, he's been trashed. And, like, it was first he with his health. Now he's just and to be in the league for that long, like, I would prefer a rookie to make those mistakes than someone who's getting $8 million. Like, they're really
8.5
losing money.
nearly 9.
That's bad. Put DJ Reed need to be in there. One of our other people needs to be in there. And if they make little mistakes, I'm okay with it. But come on.
Yeah, not after. How many years? Jimmy's in his 4th year. What year is Jimmy in?
I'll say this is 5th year. They picked up this against his 5th year, right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to give him a break. It is 5th, isn't it? No, he's having trouble with the scheme. Did you see? He wasn't playing man up on the dude. He was trying to play Salah style defense. He was out of position to make that play in the first place. Unless you know how to read, and Jimmy doesn't know how to read in this defense, you're gonna get smoked like that. All the receivers got to do is cut back upfield as you're running down the field, and the quarterback sees it, he hits his receiver immediately. I seen that happen last year to Rashard Robinson too. Jimmy looks exactly the same. Oh no.
Yeah. And
anyway, fam. Mike, we gotta go, and appreciate you, man. I call it in, and we'll be looking for you now that you know the phone number. We'll be looking for you tomorrow.
Man, shout out to the Nine Empire, man.
Hey, Mike.
Shout out to the Nine Empire, man. Appreciate you, Ronbo. Peace
Thanks,
out,
Mike. All right, fam. Talk to you later. And hey, let's go check out Daryl.
Yeah, what's going on, Ronbo?
Daryl, we're trying to talk sensibly about this game now. Yesterday we were not sensible, we were not rational, we were all pissed off, and today we're feeling better. But Daryl, you may still be pissed off. It's okay. I'm just saying. What are you thinking?
Oh no, you know what? I'm not pissed off at all. It's like I said, it's the preseason. And the Empire, everybody just need to calm down. I know we're ready for the regular season to start, but this is the process you have to go through to weed out the good and the bad. So
True.
Yeah, but I seen a lot of positives in the game though yesterday, honestly. But the one play that really killed us was the last play drive we had, or the last play.
When he rolled into the end zone?
No, not that one. The last play drive we had before they got the Texans got the ball back. It was like 3rd and 7 or something the running back got 6.5 yards, and it was like 4th and inches. And I was telling my the Night of Empire, I'm like, we just need to go for it. And that situation right there, you got to go for it because we gave them too much time to come back down and score. We gave them too much time. We shouldn't have took that field goal. We should have just went for it.
We could have got a few inches. I remember that.
Yeah.
In fact, I thought they were going to go for it. And you're right. I forgot about that play.
Yeah, but you know, the positive is man, that dude Jimmy G, man, his stats was crazy. He was 10 for 12, like 90% from completed passes, 136 yards and a touchdown. Like, man, and that little bit of time span he had.
I know, right? See, that's why Jimmy G in a full game. But that offensive line's got to get better because we're going to see some tougher competition. Probably the Texans didn't play their frontline guys, but Ejiofor was every bit as bad. Ejiofor was worse than Marcellus. But anyway, the offensive line's got to get tighter. It's got a little better. And then expect Jimmy to average 300 yards. I don't give a damn who they put out there on defense. He will smoke them. And nobody can stay with Marquise. And we got 3 guys that nobody can stay with. I feel good about this team offensively.
Yeah, I do too. And I think what Shanahan needs to do is go ahead and throw what's our backup quarterback, the third string.
Everybody's rooting for him.
You gotta go ahead and put him back up to Jimmy G. You gotta put him second string because I think CJ needs to learn this scheme a little bit more. I don't think he's ready yet. Give him another couple years. I don't think he's ready yet. What I like about our
Nick Mullins
backup is Mullins. Yeah. Is I like the poise he has. He can get us down the field in that pressure. He plays under pressure, cool. And that's what impresses me the most about him out of everything he's doing. Like we were on our way to coming back. It's just time ran out. So yeah. I think right now you just got to go ahead and put him in number 2 and let CJ be number 3, so give him a little extra time.
You know, I got to tell you, Daryl, we may see. I don't know until the last game, but here's the thing. You know, Kyle Shanahan and Bobby Turner picked up Joe Williams in the 5th round. They also picked up, it's 5th round, right? 4th round? 4th round, I think Joe Williams, were they both in that same round? Joe Williams in the 5th round? 3rd round? Okay, CJ was in what round?
Yeah.
Okay, CJ was 3rd round. CJ was in 3rd round, and then Joe came in the 4th. So, you know, those are high draft round picks that they really push for to get. So I don't know, man, if they're going to be able to cut those guys loose yet, or can CJ go to the practice squad and would he be picked up? Or is it not CJ as much as it is the second round competition? Because, you know, they played against the 2s. CJ's playing against the 2nd string, whereas Mullins is playing against a 3rd and 4th string or whatever, how many strings they got. Last year, CJ fooled everybody the same way. CJ was coming in at the end of the game, and he was just lights out. And everybody called everybody else in front of CJ trash, and CJ was the heir apparent. This is what may be happening now, too. I don't know. I need to see. I agree, though. I want to see Mullins in the second sheet, see what he looks like.
Right, and a player nobody was talking about yesterday was that DB. We had McFadden. McFadden was decent yesterday. Hey. He'd be a nice little. He'd compliment Kello real good. He was decent yesterday.
Yeah.
Nobody really talking about McFadden, and then
he almost had an INT.
He came down wrong. I knew when he came down, like he gonna jump. But you know, I mean, he was decent. And then I think what's happening is I think because we got Alfred Morris, so. What I think they should do is start him at the beginning of the season because he runs hard. He's a hard runner. Let him get in there and bang up the other team's defensive line a little bit, and then throw Joe out there. Yeah. Joe with those fresh legs.
Yeah. You know, it's going to be hard to see. As I say, though, the offensive line has got to make some holes. They've got no running back's going to run without a hole. But anyway, Daryl, I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and look for you tomorrow. And good stuff as always, fam. All right?
All right. Appreciate you, Ronbo, and shout out to Empire.
Thanks, Daryl. Have a good night, fam.
All right, you too.
All right. And let us go to the Rod.
Finally, the
The Rod has come back to Ronbo Live.
let me bring you in, Rob.
Bring me in, baby. What's going on, man?
Zooming in on us tonight, Rod. It's looking good with all that red and gold, man.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
up?
baby. You know I came prepared, man.
Rod. Tell you what, man, and you always, like, sometimes you put the perfect perspective in time as if gotten carried away several times. Rod came in with the gospel truth. Rod, tell us what the gospel truth is tonight.
The gospel truth is this, and I'm speaking to Yao Ming. You said keep it positive, right?
Yeah, he did.
Well, we positively need to get rid of Jimmie Ward.
Jimmy, I hope you're not watching this program. I'm not involved. I ain't saying nothing.
Man, bottom line of this, man.
God.
Let's go ahead and talk to Vic Fangio.
Yeah.
He had Ward's on. He had Eric Armstead's on. So we get somebody with some familiarities for him. Let's get something for him. Can we get Jordan Howard, maybe?
Yeah. I tell you, Salah is going to get blamed at some point, though, Rod. You know, I wonder when, but as long as Richard Sherman's there, they're going to continue to run this scheme, if for no other reason than the fact that he's there. And they've been running it now for a year. Sometimes it's about a team learning the system. If we switch back to another defense, it's another year of learning. I think that's what Shanahan's trying to avoid. We'll see.
Right.
Because, you know.
I agree with you, man. But, I mean, you know, people got to understand, you know, when you're rebuilding something, I mean, it doesn't always just, you know what I'm saying? It don't always just completely come to completion in 1 or 2 years. Sometimes it takes perfection. I mean, we got to climb getting better in areas. I mean, I think we already know last year with Reuben Foster addition, even with the Solomon Thomas addition, we got better guys in there as far as tackling ability. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we need to probably do a little bit better with our pass rush. But I think, you know, as the tackling gets better and as the secondary becomes to jail one another, then you'll see those things tend to occur. I mean, you know, sometimes those things end up helping each other out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I fully agree. Because right now we're seeing a lot of guys. Did you see Kowalski T? I've not seen Kowalski T mess up like that in a long time. There was no way that Mr. Ellington was supposed to be that free. Kowalski, some communication went wrong there. He vacated a gap rod. It looked like you could build a house between Kowalski and I don't know what they were thinking of doing. Ellington seen it, and so did Deshaun Watson. Boom, touchdown.
Well, Ronbo, I got to quote my boy Day from Friday after next. I mean, next Friday. Players fuck up.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
That was a major one. Do it now, though. You're right.
Exactly.
Do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's preseason, man. I mean, this is all about learning from your mistakes and figuring out what your mistakes are, because that film room, the coaches are going to bring it out for them. I got a lot of confidence in Robert Saleh, man. So, you know, for him to be pretty much brand new to the mix as being a coordinator, I think, you know, he's going through his curves, but, you know, along with Lynch's ability to acquire players for that system, I think it's just everything, man, takes time. Just like a recipe. You make a cake, you mix it up, the motherfucker don't just get done in 1 minute. You know what I'm saying? You got to allow it to cook.
And his mom's is yelling, "Hey, don't run. Knock my cake down."
Right.
That used to be my favorite.
Yeah, man. And I mean, you know, it's like you said earlier, man, about, you know, how people are quick to just jump down people's throat like they were doing C.J. Beathard. But when he was playing good, everybody wanted to praise him. It's like, man, do you guys really like football, or y'all just on Ronbo show to get heard talking?
You know, it's because, you know, you praise the guy, and it's going to be funny. At some point, Jimmie Ward is going to make a good play, Rod. Are we going to give him kudos and props? Or he was just lucky? It's always to that effect. That's true. So we got to keep.
Well, I mean, all I'm saying is this, though, Jimmy. I'm from Alabama, just like you, dog. You from Mobile. So bottom line is I expect you to be, you know what I'm saying, well ahead of the curve as far as everybody that's in that defense right now, because you've been there. You got a rapport with Jaquiski Tart. I think they went to school together.
Oh, they're
But
childhood buddies. Yeah.
yeah. So it's like now that you are 5 years into being a first round player, I just wouldn't want to be the first person to get scored on in the preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And of all teams, the Cowboys.
Oh man,
those receivers aren't marquee receivers, man. Who was it that scored on them? Do you even know the guy name that scored?
I know Butler from last year, but I don't even know who that dude was. You're right.
Thank you. I'm just saying, Jimmy. Come on, dog. Come on.
Hey, Rod, you know what? That's why Jimmy's probably a little frustrated, too. That's why he wanted to beat DeAndre Hopkins' ass the other day.
Yeah. I tell you
Jimmy,
what, man.
Dang.
Hey, you're not going to get into better competition than a DeAndre Hopkins, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy has a skill set, and I think he and Deshaun Watson are going to be something similar to what JG's and my boy Marquise Goodwin going to do. So,
they win that division, Rod. I'm telling Jacksonville needs to get ready. They're not going to beat that team if that defense shows up.
I said the same thing, Ronbo. I tell everybody, man, y'all talking about Jacksonville like they the shit. The whole division was hurt. Okay, Mariota was hurt. Damn, DeMarco Murray got hurt. Andrew Luck was hurt. Freaking what's the other guy? The other team for
the Jags, Tennessee.
Deshaun Watson, ACL.
Indianapolis. There's no Andrew Luck.
JJ Watt.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You guys are just gonna proclaim these guys the ones. Well, okay, then I guess the Rams gonna win too, huh? Them same sorry ass Rams. Come on, man. It ain't happening.
I tell you, Rob, we gotta go. I'm gonna look for you tomorrow, man. We're gonna try to get it early so you ain't gotta be staying up all night to get in here and join us. All right?
Okay. Well, since this is my first appearance on your show, I got to do it. If you smell la, 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 what the Niners are cooking. Now sound off, Ronbo, and send me home, baby.
Man, I like this guy a lot. You know what I'm saying? Niners! Yeah, for the ride.
Take it easy, man. My wife said I'm making the face like I got to take a shit. We'll catch up with you, Ronbo.
Even Rod's wife is a good time fun. Rod, have a good night, man.
We'll catch you on Raw, man.
You sure will. All right, Rod. Oh, God. Hey, Ed DeMille.
Huh?
Come on in, DeMille.
Yeah, dude.
What's up, Ronbo?
Hey, DeMille, man. I'm telling you, after we looked, as I said to Cynthia, as long as we didn't get an ass handed to us, losing like this is not as hard to deal with. So, we got to have a talk with Weston Richburg, maybe get him some counseling, maybe put him in some anger management classes. We can't be getting him 15-yard flags because you don't know how to treat the refs with any kind of respect and some other things. Yeah. But I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah. Well, first, the good, man, on the positive note, I was very impressed with that Garoppolo to Goodwin connection. Ronbo, that's going to be something special, man. And you got to think about it. That was just a vanilla offense in preseason.
Good
imagine
point.
when they're running the design plays that Kyle Shanahan has for Garoppolo and Goodwin. That looked fantastic. And I've already declared, I said this on Facebook last night, I said Goodwin is the best wide receiver on the 49ers.
See,
that's just me.
I'm glad you said it. Because if I say it, people tell, oh, come on, Ronbo, man, you just crazy about Goodwin, man. That ain't right. That ain't true. How come it ain't?
You can't.
Yes, it is.
You can't ignore that kind of skill right there, man. It's undeniable. And it's only going to get better. That's just preseason. You saw what they was doing last season, in those last few games with Garoppolo and Goodwin in. So
they taught him how to run routes. But
I'm going to I'm going to ask you a question that I think I already know the answer to, but I'm just going to ask anyway. Do you think Oakland would be dumb enough to make a trade for Khalil Mack and we give him Ward?
No, Oakland is not about to give us Khalil Mack for Ward. But you know what? If the 49ers want Khalil Mack, they'd have to give up a bunch of draft picks. I got a feeling a second round, 2 second rounds, and maybe they'll settle for a 4th or 5th round. Because Khalil Mack is a machine. You put him on that 49ers secondary, that 49ers line with Solomon Thomas and DeForest Buckner, it's over. It is so over.
Yeah.
I mean, it's over.
Yeah.
So, you know, they'd make the 49ers pay.
Yeah. 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 Do you think that's a trigger that we need to pull right now? What do you think? Do you think because I mean, I know that they're possibly might bring Elvis Dumervil back, and I'd be okay with that too.
Same here.
What do you think?
I don't know how much a Khalil Mack would cost. You see, the 49ers got to get ready to pay, and they'd be smart to extend DeForest Buckner next year. You wait until contract time, and Buckner's his agent's going to be sitting there. Well, guys, you know why I'm here. And don't start anything. Your baseline is 5 years and some crazy amount of money. So they'd be smart to start thinking about extending him next year. Now, if you spend all your money on Khalil Mack, which he's going to cost a lot, what do?
Yeah,
it's a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that does make a lot of sense. I'm just gonna hit on these notes real quick. Very disappointed with Weston Richburg. You know, that did not help us at all. You know, the penalty is one thing, but then you compound that with a unsportsmanlike, you know, on top of that. I mean, you know, that man. When I saw 1st and 35, I'm like, what? You know,
and put us in that kind of hole. Man, is irresponsible.
I know Kyle Shanahan had to be chewing him out on the side. Seriously.
Oh, that lasted a while, even when they got in the locker room.
Yeah.
This is not how we conduct ourselves.
Major point. Yeah. My last major point is Beathard. I'm conflicted right now, Ronbo, because I like what I see in Mullen, but you know, I don't know if it was a case where, you know, Beathard, some people say they left him in too long yesterday. I don't know. I'm just not sure. I don't know how comfortable I feel with him being number 2 right now.
Yeah, I wonder. I really wish I could get into what is Kyle Shanahan thinking, because Mullins. One thing Mullins does do, he makes decisions quickly and he acts. CJ takes a little longer, and I don't know if that's a bad thing or what. Is he thinking? Is that a good thing? Before he makes his move? Because Jimmy G actually yesterday, his release is quick, but G was scanning the field a little longer than I remember him doing last year. He was effective, though. Yeah. He was making better decisions, actually. But can CJ get away with that? Because Mullins was like you said. Mullins took a look at the field, fired right away. We'll see.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just, you know, I'm still hopeful and faithful, you know, but I think we're going to be okay. I think we still got time. You got to remember there's still a lot of pieces that aren't there. You know, as far as the defense goes, Sherman hasn't played, you know, in the preseason game.
Yeah.
Solomon Thomas is out.
Yeah.
So there's still some pieces of the puzzle that's got to come together, you know, and hopefully we can get it together in week 1. I hope we can just catch, you know, Minnesota by, you know, off guard, because teams still figuring themselves out in week 1. I'm hoping that we can, you know, just play a good game and catch them off guard, and maybe we sneak out with a win. That's what I'm hoping. So.
The confidence level of the 49ers will be out of control. And you've seen Detroit in preseason, right? They can phone that one in. The game 3, where are the Chargers on this schedule? There's a game in that first 8 that scares me to death. I think it's the Chargers.
I know that I think you're talking about the Green Bay game. I'm not really worried about that one, but
the Packers. Man, they look good.
I don't know if it's me being stuck in the past back when we had Kaepernick and Harbaugh when we used to run over the Packers, but I'm not worried about them for some reason. You know?
Wait. Oh, Kansas City in game 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so tired of talking about Mahomes. Okay.
Now they were really talking about Mahomes a couple of days ago in that game that they played. I mean, has your opinion changed on that at all?
He made one downfield pass Other than that, I don't see. He let him make that downfield pass with Richard Sherman in the game. I want to see that.
Yeah, there you go.
He starts letting that big rifle shoot in that game. He will get his feelings hurt. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Anyway, but DeMille, we got to go. And
all right.
looking for you tomorrow.
All right. Peace out, Niner Empire. Stay faithful. Niners all day.
All right, DeMille. Have a good night, fam.
All right. All right.
Oh. And let's go to Lee. Is that Lee Montana that got his name stolen? I think it is. It's got to use it going. I can't wait to tell you. I mean, actually, I already saw this. I saw the notifications and saw him talking about it. But hey, wait a minute. Is that Lee or is that? That's not Lee's entrance.
The one, the only.
It is. I thought I heard you say Ronbo. I said, wait a minute. That sounds familiar, but it doesn't sound like Lee familiar. That's Joey Mahoney Jr.
I thought I had to come back.
Okay, Lee, you already
know. I had
know.
to come back, Ronbo. I heard people were trying to steal my name,
He did. He came in. He said, Tony. At first he said his name was Tony. And I said, I hate Tony. And then he kept saying his name, Tony Montana. And I laughed because I said, oh, here we go. Somebody's not going to be happy about that.
Oh, well, we're going to call him Tony Soprano because there is only one Montana, Ronbo.
Hey, that's still a tough guy. Oh, God.
Yo, what up? How are you?
Oh, Lee. Hey, the defensive pass rush and the offensive line. It's the two lines that are worrying me to death. You get those fixed, and this team can go 11-5 in a heartbeat. No problem. If not, I'm not sure what's going to happen. One has got to come through, and preferably the defensive line. Damn it.
Yeah, exactly, Ronbo. I was just listening to Zamil, I think, just before, and he pretty much took the words out of my mouth. The first thing that I was happy about yesterday was seeing Jimmy G. I think after he threw like his first two throws and he made completions on them, I was like, he just looks exactly like he was last year. Like he looks like he's just in the zone. You just feel confident when he gets the ball. So yeah, he looks real good. Him and Goodwin together.
Oh, and he always gets knocked. Do you notice when he makes those perfectly accurate darts, he's spinning around trying to avoid the contact. He lets it go, and he's still got time to spin around as the defensive pressure's coming in, and so he doesn't get hurt. I said, look at that. I've never seen that before. He made an accurate shot, and at the same time, he had time to spin out of the way before he takes a direct hit. This man is not human. Gee!
Yeah, that's the thing.
Woo!
Even though he has that chemistry with Garoppolo, with Goodwin, he moves the ball around. There was a throw he made to Selleck, another one he made down the sideline to Juice.
That 40
Juice check, yeah. Then he made the touchdown with Taylor. So he just moves the ball around. You just never know who's going to go to where, so it's hard for defenses to read him. He can also get out of the pocket and, like you said, make throws. So, yeah, he's just good, everyone, but it's good to watch.
What kind of vision is that?
Yep. Yeah, and just how how quick he is. Like, you watch CJ and he comes on, and you say, oh, no. Like, he takes so long, he doesn't know what he's going to do. So that was troublesome. CJ, I wasn't liking when he was on. Obviously, I couldn't wait for him to get off. And Mullins, I thought, played good again. With limited chances. Yeah. He's looking good. I want to see more of him the next game, Ronbo.
Everybody wants to see him come in second to see what he looks like. Is he for real? Can he look like that against all levels of competition? Because he was really, he fires him up like he knows exactly what he's doing at all times. Amazing. And rarely do you see a bad shot.
Like Beathard, he does. He processes it a lot faster.
Right?
It doesn't take as much time. So that's what I like about him. But similar to Jimmy G in some sort of ways. Obviously, he's still got a long way to go. But just like the little bits we've seen of him so far. Obviously, also the run game that was worrying.
Oh, we don't have one.
We just seem to opening up lanes for our running backs there. So hopefully that improves.
Yeah.
Also, I heard you talk about that guy. Remember before the draft, I said that boy out of Wake Forest.
Ejiofor Duke.
Good. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
He looking good. He actually played good last week as well.
We couldn't do a damn thing with him.
Huge upgrade in our team.
Yeah.
they didn't. He was a 6th-round pick, so it was a bit of a steal. Apparently, he's their best rookie so far this year, so better than all their other picks.
And we picked up Marcel Harris. We don't need another safety that badly. Oh, God.
Yeah, and then we picked up Street, who's out for the whole year, so we could have had him, yeah.
I like Contagious so, but we could have had Ejiofor. A lot of people recommended. Were you one of the people who told me you should go for Ejiofor? Somebody put that name in my head.
On the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of Wake Forest. He had like 24 sacks in college, but he had an injury. That's why he fell in the draft. So a lot of teams were like worried about his injury. I think it was a shoulder injury that he had. But he's obviously got through that, and he's playing well now. So, yeah, they got another great pass rusher to go with all the other ones they've already got. So
that's the thing. Oh, God.
And that's what we need, Ronbo. I heard that stuff about what's his name, Doomerville, about how Cole's open to bringing him in, and we don't seem to be generating enough, good enough pass rush at all, to be honest. And I was talking to someone last night, and he actually brought it up. He goes, I reckon they'll bring in Doomerville, and then they'll sign someone before week 1, just because I don't think our pass rush is going to be that good so fast. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think we need to bring someone in before we go week 1 against Minnesota.
Yeah.
We got draft picks,
Elvis is probably keeping in shape, too. He knew this was going to happen. Watch him come in looking all ripped and powerful. And Elvis, look at Elvis, man. You been training? I knew you was going to call me.
Elvis is back in the building.
We got Lee, man. This has got to stop. Year after year, I'm always crying about the pass rush. I'm going to be in tears. So I got faith in Solomon T, though. He's serious. That dude is real serious about getting better. So,
what did you think of some of the other guys? Oh, obviously that's another thing that I couldn't stand was their rule when they most that made that tackle under that rule is just wrong.
It's killing us, man.
That
it's
was
killing
like
everybody though, not just us.
You're supposed to lower your head, and use your shoulder. They need to change their rule and make it instead of not leading with your head, but point of contact. Exactly. He obviously had his head down, but the point of contact was on the shoulder. That's a perfect tackle.
And where was the emphasis also?
So, yeah, they need to change that rule.
If the runner doesn't drop down like that, the runner actually is the one who initiated the contact. Why don't you flag him? He came dropping down because most of was already underneath him. He drops down. He bangs helmets. Whose fault is that? This is what I'm saying. The referees don't even know what they're doing with this call. Oh, don't let me get started.
I think by the end of the year, they're going to have to change that rule again.
No, after the preseason, they said they're looking at it during the preseason, and they're going to make some adjustments after preseason. Good. So right now, it's in experimental phase. After the experimental phase is over, it will be the first game of the season. They'll have made some adjustments. We'll all read about it, and then the referees will calmly go out there and screw up in game 1. Watch. Lee, we got to go,
because there was a lot of unlucky calls in that game. Sorry about that, Ronbo. Yeah. Like all those yards and penalties, we were a bit unlucky there, but it looks good for the season. So shout out to you. I love to hate. He was the one that brought up the pass rush, Ronbo. Yeah. What we're going to do, he reckons. And, so shout out to you and everyone. Thanks, Ronbo. 19 Pot. That's good. Peace.
Hey, Tony, I'm the original Tony Montana. All right, Tony. See you tomorrow, fam. And we go to David.
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh, David, man. We're now trying to tonight talk calmly and actually civilized as opposed to what we were doing last night about this game. Dave, how are we doing so far? Are you feeling normal today? Can you actually look at this as with a perspective that's at least sensible, objective?
Of course. But Ronbo, first I want to apologize for not having the mic last night during the game, man.
David, it's okay. Everybody doesn't know those. Yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah, but last night was a tale of two Jimmies. A good Jimmy and a bad Jimmy. Let's go with the good Jimmy first.
No. Hey, give us the bad news first. Give us the bad Jimmy first, and then the good Jimmy feels a lot better. It's like an antidote.
Okay, all right. Bad Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmie Ward. Now he's getting paid $8 million or $8. I think we got an $8 for him.
$8.50.
Oh yeah. he is not it, man. I can do a better job. I can get beat and make it look better than that. At one point, I thought I had to actually look at his feet. I thought he had skates on. It's like, dude, how you giving him that much space and you letting him get first down after first down? I'm like, what's the problem, man? I mean, where's your fight at? But he's not it, man. He's really disappointing me, and if he keeps this up, he's got to go, man. But as far as good Jimmy Garoppolo,
yeah,
that man is smooth as silk. I mean, when he came out the tunnel, he ran by the Texas cheerleaders, and they all had to get a sip of water. They was all hot and bothered down.
Did Jimmy come out with his helmet off like he always likes to do, doing the Tom Brady?
Oh yeah, he did. He did it. He did it both times. And they were looking at him. They were looking at him with lust in their eyes. I think the Texas cheerleaders was rooting for Jimmy Garoppolo.
He does have that effect, doesn't he?
Oh man!
God.
And when he, you know what? It felt like Christmas. It was 49er Christmas to me, man, because I got thrown so much gear. I got gloves. I put online the video of Colbert throwing me his gloves, but then Jimmy, he threw his towel, and everybody was looking at me like, "Who are you?"
Jimmie Ward or Jimmie Ward threw his towel?
Oh no! If it was Jimmie Ward, it would have parted like the Red Sea. But no,
we got the towel hit the floor.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo threw his towel up, man, and you know I'm just grabbing this and that. McGlinchey, he threw me his Gatorade towel. I was like, man, it's my lucky night.
Yeah, you did all right, Dave. God.
Oh yeah, I did real good, man. And as far as Western Richburg, Shanahan was pissed.
Yeah.
He was pissed. Oh man, I didn't know exactly what he was saying, but look in his eye, he looked like he wanted to whip his ass. And I asked him when he walked by the tunnel, I was like, man, what the hell is wrong with you? Get your shit together.
Oh, did you really, Dave? Did you address him as he walked by?
Oh yeah, I was addressing a lot of them. I even saw when the thing about Richburg, and I think Staley even said the same thing. He reminds me so much of Alex Boone. He got this attitude about him, which could be a good thing and a bad thing. The penalties, we don't need that.
Yeah,
he needs to straighten that out.
And especially getting in the ref's face. Come on, man. You know you ain't gonna get away with that.
Oh yeah, I don't know what he told that ref, but it must have been something really bad because he sure enough tacked on extra penalties.
Well, you know, it's a typical thing. He's probably called him a blind SOB, and the refs, what did you say to me? And then that's when the got out of it.
He probably repeated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but it was amazing. It was a good time. I think only thing we got to do is no need to worry. We just got to trim the fat of the junk, the garbage that's on our team. And I've seen plenty of garbage during garbage time, and those will be discarded with. And Jimmy Ward might be one of them. But as far as C.J. Beathard, his job is in jeopardy. I mean, Mullins look like he knows what he's doing out there. I mean, he's poised in the pocket. He can escape. You know, he can get that ball down the field.
He looks totally different from last year. Dave, do you remember Mullins from last year? This looks like an entire makeover.
I thought he was a water boy.
Mullins last year, he looked like a third-string guy. Nothing special. But this year, he looks like he learned everything. It looks like he studied Jimmy J films all night and all day to pick up his nuances.
Yeah.
He reminds you of G at certain moments. And his quick decision-making that's amazing how he changed like that in 1 year. He looks definitely different.
And you know what? I think he's hungry. He hasn't been handed the position. He's hungry, and he's trying to earn it. And I think that's what Kyle needs to really look at, because God forbid if Jimmy goes down, we need somebody that's going to move that ball down the field, and I don't have the full confidence in C.J. Beathard right now.
Well, Kyle's going to have to give him a look. and maybe it may happen next week. We'll see who comes in second.
Yeah, give him some more playing time. Give him more playing time. C.J. Beathard was out there forever. I was like, well, where's Mullins at? Is he dressed? Where is he at? and another thing, at that last play of the game, that Texan was down at the 6. I was there. He
kicked the
down at the
defender.
6.
Right. And that means he's down.
I mean, they just wanted to give the Texans a little victory so everybody, their fans can go home happy and stuff. But you know damn well that man was touched on the leg at the 6, and they had 18 seconds left on the clock, but they just went ahead. The refs just went ahead and gave it to him.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are mad at my boy Victor Bolden. I can't be too mad at Victor Bolden because he keeps showing me love. He gave me some of his love, so I can't get too mad at him. But you know he almost broke it.
Yeah,
he shouldn't have came out of the
broke
end zone. He shouldn't have came out. Yeah, he shouldn't have came out of the end zone, but he went for it and he almost broke it.
Mm-hmm.
But if we had more time, we could at least tied the game up. But it's gonna be all right.
Yeah, you got to make these mistakes right now. That's the point. You got to look at people that you're not going to have later on, see if they're worth keeping. So that's okay. But you know, well,
yes, sir.
Dave, I'm gonna tell you what, man. I appreciate you, Dave. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit later and see what's up. And,
all right,
fam. Have a good night.
All right, now it's
As Dave, as he zooms by, in the words of Yamin, meow. Hey, and Ryan Jones, thanks, Ryan. Ryan says I'm going to tweet Lynch till he blocks me. He's going to know who Ronbo is, mark my words. We need that Mac attack. And what you think? Oh, I tell you. Wouldn't it be interesting? Lynch is that kind of guy, though, Ryan. He may actually be already in conference with the Raiders. Raiders are probably making some kind of crazy deal. Lynch is very good at holding his cards close to his chest. We'll never find out until something's really happening. So we'll see. Hey, Roberto. Hey, Roberto, I haven't seen you in like a long time. What's up, man? Uh-oh. Has Roberto got no sound? Yeah.
Hello.
There you are. Hey, Roberto.
Hey, Ronbo.
What's up, Roberto?
What up, Ronbo?
Well, Roberto, we lost Jimmy G's. It's not Jimmy G's loss, but for the first time since we had Jimmy G, we finally lose a game. Shucks.
I know,
and we
Ronbo.
lose it in stupid fashion. What do you think?
Yeah, Ronbo. well, you know, he did good, you know.
He did great. Well,
So he
I
did
agree.
great, but yeah, man, the defense got to step up.
Way up. Oh,
Yeah,
man, they got to step up. Whew.
Yeah, and the offense too, you know, the O-line too.
Yeah. We got no run game, Roberto. We ain't going anywhere without a run game. Jimmy G can only pass so much for the defense can just set up shop and stop that somewhere. But, you know, you got a run game to go along with that, Jimmy G will be unstoppable. They could bring whatever defense they want. He will be unstoppable.
Yeah, he will, and we need some pass rush too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. We need some pass rush because the defense can't do shit.
Elvis Dumerville is coming back. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that because we need some help. Really bad.
Roberto, maybe move your mic back a little bit from your mouth, just a little bit. Yeah, see, here's the thing. You got all those guys like Cassius Marsh, Eli Harold, who should have probably been left a long time ago. Atachu got handled yesterday. So, you know, we got a real problem with the edge. But Solomon T, I want to see more of him, though. So we'll see.
Yeah, man, me too. Solomon T gotta do his job.
Got to. Because if you don't have any rush.
As you gotta stay healthy too.
I know, right? The scariest thing is that staying healthy.
Yeah, man, Burrito went down.
Wait, who went down?
You know Burrito?
Oh yeah.
Not Burrito.
And also
Yeah,
Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah, even the Jets went down. Because the Bullets hit them.
Roberto, now I lost you. I can't hear you now. Come back a little
Oh,
closer.
I said, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Yeah.
It's because it's stupid microphone.
All right.
Oh, it's because I said, like the Jets got some
the
bullets.
Jets. Yeah.
Like the bullets hit them, so the Jets broke down. You know, it went, it shut down. You know.
Yeah. I see. This is the thing. He had to be shut down. I don't even know. His calf is probably not that bad now, but you don't want to take any more chances with him. And also, you know what's good about this, Roberto? The offensive line, in the meantime, can get better. They're going to have to get better for anybody to be able to run behind them. So Jerick stays out of harm's way. Matt Breida stays out of harm's way until they can finally get somebody in there. I'm reading now, Joe Williams. Somebody said Joe Williams is hurt from yesterday, too, as is C.J. Beathard. So we'll see what happens.
And he gotta do better because the fumbles, and then he goes down really quick,
Yeah.
And man, the O-line gotta open the holes too, because they don't open the holes, and that's why we can't run the ball.
I know. One play after another.
Like I saw the Jet. He was trying to go to the holes. But they weren't in the holes because they were all blocked.
That's what I'm saying. Where there is no hole, you can't go. So
yeah, man. And then like the cow bitches, the Cowgirls, the D-line, their damn defense, they got them,
Hey, Roberto, pull the mic just a little bit back. Just a little bit back. Not much, just a little bit back.
Oh, okay.
There you go. That's good right there. Okay.
Yeah. I said that the Cowgirls, their defense, they got Jets laid, and the Jet was trying to run.
Yeah.
And when he tried to flip, they got his leg, and they shut him down.
Yeah. We got some things to work out. Hey, you know what, Roberto? It might be next week we might see some huge improvement. I can't believe the 49ers, each week they should be getting a little better. They protected Jimmy G pretty well. Yeah. And I figure by next week, maybe we get a little bit better effort on that run block. Because McGlinchey's still doing a great job. McGlinchey will have guys like 15 feet away from the line of scrimmage, just in their face, get back. But then behind him, it's not that good.
Yeah, man, we gotta get ready for the Vikings too.
Yeah, I know. And they got a good defense.
Yeah, man, the Vikings.
Roberto's
the Vikings, they're a bunch of little queens,
Roberto, one at a time. Ray, I'll look for you tomorrow, Roberto, if you got some time on Monday Night Raw. Okay?
Hey, Ronbo.
Go ahead.
I can't wait to beat the traitors, the faders, the stupid Raiders, and stupid Derek Carr's gonna get smashed like a potato.
And don't forget about the Rams.
Oh yeah, and Goff, he's gonna get his neck broken like a hammer. Bam!
Roberto, have a good night, fam. Hey, good to hear you back, Roberto. All right? We'll see you later.
Yeah, one more. Bang, bang, not again. Bang, bang, bitches. Bang, bang, not again, baby. Peace out, one more.
You too, Roberto. Have a good night, fam.
All right, man. Peace out, man.
Hey, peace out, Roberto.
Peace out.
Oh, man. Hey, and let us go to... Hey, it's... Can't catch him. Thanks, Kent. Says, thank you, Ronbo, for keeping the 49ers spirit alive 24/7. I watch all the time, brothers. Can't catch him. Thanks, fam. Dual salute. Back at you. It's the Sheik. Sheik, come on in, Sheik.
Ronbo! What's up, Sam? What's going on?
Hey, Sheik, man, we're sitting back here looking at things. You know, you see things clearly after you stop getting mad. Now we can pass out the blame and be a little more legit about it, right? Weston Richburg screwed up, and the officials on their helmet call are screwing up. So if it's Monday Night Raw, we'd be calling out Weston first. And maybe it's between Weston and Jimmy. I'm a little pissed with Weston because that was a 15-yard penalty. We could have kept moving, and we could have scored twice with Jimmy G. So I put Weston on top, Jimmy's next, and you go down the list. There's several other people. You pick them there. So, you can't lose games like that. You got to be on your P's and Q's. So.
Yeah, you're right, Ronbo. It's a lot of guys. And I know, like, the last caller that was actually at the game saying Boland, I can't hate on him, but I have to because I don't care who you are. You got to look. It's preseason. You got game management. You see the clock. There's only 15 seconds. 17. You want to save how much time you can, and we're just down. What was it, like a field goal?
Yeah.
We could have tied the game. We could have got down. And we could have got that field goal, one play, maybe have one play, and then take that timeout, and then just tie ball game. Yes, it was preseason, but, this is what the preseason is for. So Boland made a I understand he was trying to go, all the way down and try to get the touchdown, but I didn't agree to that. And
Sheik, one question I want to ask you about that, though.
Go ahead.
I wonder,
go ahead.
Do you think Kyle may have asked him to see if he can break one? Because Kyle does not like to go into overtime in these games. I remember something he said last week. He was keeping his fingers crossed he would not have to go into overtime with the Cowboys. I wonder. But maybe not. All right, go ahead. Just a thought.
His job is on the line, so he's trying to make he wants to be in this team. So, but I think he's going to get that 4-game suspension. So I think they'll probably keep him around, and then they'll figure out after the 4. But the thing I have to say, Rom, I'm really disgusted with this referees throwing the flags. Like, it's ridiculous, Rombo. And honestly, I agree 100% with Sherman because they need to decline that. They need to take that away. It kills the game. This is not flag football. Is that where we're coming to? Flag football? Mm-hmm. Two-hand touch? What is this? Like, this is ridiculous. It's like he said, Sherman said. It seems like this is all. Another thing I noticed in the Vikings game and the Jags went head first, but also the running back also went head first. It's like, why is the offensive player getting that flag as well?
I saw that. Why was Fournette allowed to go into the stack with his head first? Nobody threw a flag on him. I said that while I was watching that. You noticed it too, right?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, Ronbo. I'm like, how they should have had both flags on it. Take the play back where it was, start from the scratch again. It's like, it didn't make sense. It pissed me off, Ronbo. I was like, this is ridiculous. The NFL needs to figure this out. They take this out, or even fix some, fix some stuff up. It pissed me off so much, and I'm watching this still, and it's like I'm just rewinding. It's just, wow. But anyways, like a lot of guys that we are in the chopping block. Jimmie Ward is gone. C.J. Beathard, he's also gone. But I don't know if you know this. Do you know what's going on with Joe Williams right now?
I heard he's hurt. Somebody wrote in the chat. Yeah. I hadn't read it yet, but somebody said Beathard's. Joe's hurt. Bruised ribs and something else, right? Is that true?
Fractured ribs, and he's done for the preseason.
No, he's done for the year. He's on the IR. He's not going to make it for. They've got to make these decisions in the first week, right? Yeah. 3 weeks to go. Joe gets another year. Shanahan cannot let him go. Hey, Sheik, that's why I know C.J. Beathard is not going anywhere either. This is like, we're talking about losing face. If both of them fail, it looks bad.
Yeah, and even C.J. Beathard has a bad foot. So
Mullins starts next week. Mullins comes in first man in next week, and the new kid from Milpitas comes in after him to clean it up. Yep. Hilarious. Brilliant, though. Brilliant.
Yeah. Well, at least we'll figure out these guys, if they're Mullins as a guy, then he'll take over. Maybe do a play-by-play. But I really, Ronbo, I want everybody in the chat room, all faithful, just tweet John Lynch and say, let's go get Khalil Mack. Enough is enough. Elvis Dumerville is a great player. It helped us a lot. But Khalil Mack is a different type of player.
Oh, that's a beast.
Yes, you're going to give up a lot. But the thing is, you will give up a lot of players. You could cut Earl Mitchell. You could restructure, what's his name, Richburg's contract or Malcolm Smith's contract, and you could cut Jimmie Ward. You can make that money back. I think we could definitely do. We really need to get Khalil Mack. Really
and you can get rid of Eli Harold. Don't forget to get him in the mix. You can save some money there too.
Yes.
He ain't doing nothing.
Yes.
And Sheik, do you know they have to tell Eli Harold where he's supposed to be? Fred Warner is actually telling him where he's supposed to be. Now, does that make any sense?
Oh.
See, I'm done with Eli.
Oh man,
that's it. He ain't gonna get no better.
I told you last week, Ronbo, Taylor was telling Eli Harold, "Hey, go over here." A rookie, Taylor.
See?
And the defensive tackle, Taylor. I'm talking Julian Taylor. I'm talking about. That's ridiculous. That's
makes no sense. And Fred was having to tell him in practice. I blame the coaches, though.
But the thing is,
on that one.
Yeah, I believe the coach. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you guys teaching Eli Harold? The kids, rookies, and youngsters are out there having to tell him where he's supposed to be. That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's time for him to go. This is fourth year.
That's why I think we should bring more players, man. It just, the thing about, you don't want to look at like the Rams. I don't know if you guys watched the Rams game and the Raiders.
I did. I did.
Poor. I'm sorry to curse, Ronbo, but I have to. It looked like, okay, I won't curse. It looked like crap. They have
They're
no
not
depth.
playing
You don't want
anybody,
to look
though.
like them. Yeah, but you don't have no depth. That's why you need these backups to help these guys. They don't even look good, Ronbo. And, that's the thing. We are okay, but we need to work on just certain players need to go. That's what we need to cut guys. Jimmie Ward. There's other guys. Fucking, what's his name?
Powell. Corners?
These guys need to go. Yeah, cornerbacks need to go. And I think I'm really high on these other cornerbacks, that we picked up and the rookies, and I'm really high on them. I'd rather have a Maben and Exum than over Ward and Powell. So.
Oh, don't get me started on Tyvis. Gosh. Whoa.
Yeah, he's. I'm just thinking of getting beat, Ronbo. Yeah. And we're gonna have to play against Doug Baldwin and Christian Kirk from Arizona.
But see, they weren't going to come in the game anyway. They're sitting on the bench playing cards. They weren't going to get in the game. But they're a heartbeat, or should I say, an injury away from coming into the game. That in itself is frightening. That brings us back to the Trent Baalke days when you knew the guys coming on the bench, hopefully they stay right where they are. Don't come into the game. So.
Exactly. And Yao Ming, enough is enough. We're not playing no safe goat for Jimmie Ward. Take that down. You're the last man. You're the last man. You're like holding his flag. Stop it. Put it down. Put it down.
Poor Jimmy.
Anyway, Ronbo. I know you have other callers, man, but shout out to you, brother, because you're the man doing it every day. 5 hours last night. You're the man, brother. And hit that like, hit that share, hit that sub for Ronbo Sports. He's on everything, and get that headset if you want to listen to. If you want to actually have talk to him.
Thanks, Sheik.
All right, guys.
All right,
you're the man, brother.
Appreciate you, Sheik.
Hit squad. Hit squad.
Yeah. Later. See you tomorrow, Sheik. All right.
Later,
hey, Danny. Danny boy, oh Danny boy, the pipes. I never knew that song beyond that. Danny? Is that sleeping or what is that? Oh, Danny. Danny, I know you're fake. That's fake sleeping, Danny, would you please come in? We got to hurry here. Did Danny leave? All right, well, let's come back to Danny tomorrow. This is the kind of guy that the mods would have to do something about. Huh? He's really asleep? Can you imagine? We've lowered the volume up, and I thought it was Vanny. He really is asleep. He sleeps. He is a football player. He sleeps violently.
What up, Ronbo?
And who is this?
It's Danny. What's up?
Is the same Danny? Danny, we thought you were asleep. Danny, you must have been having a bad dream. Whatever it was, I hope you were winning, man. You sounded like you was just kicking ass.
Man, yeah, watching them Niners make me feel like that, man.
Fam, yesterday we was like a little irrational, a little irregular. And today, I figured we'd talk about it again today and see if we could like look at things from a different angle and be a little more objective. But Jimmie Ward is still not getting no love, Danny. And CJ ain't either.
You know what? Hey, listen, man, Ronbo. You know what? I think Jimmy, he gotta go, man. I think he's proved nothing to us, man. Waste of pick, man.
Yeah. Feel bad for him. I feel bad for the 49ers, too. That $8.5 million is guaranteed, Danny. They got to pay him no matter where. If he leaves, he gets paid. If he stays, he gets paid. And then some other team will pick him up. He gets paid again.
Let me ask you something, Ronbo. What are we going to do with this pass rush, man? We need a true pass rusher.
I know. See, this is what I was torn between before the season started. Everybody says, we need a secondary help. We need secondary help. I said, oh, man, give me a pass rush, please. Can I go another year without a pass rush? Here we go. It may be another year without a pass rush. But you know what? I got faith in Solomon T.
Yeah.
I do. And maybe they may figure this out and rotate Solomon T and DeForest Buckner off the inside and the edge. Well, we'll see what happens. I cannot believe the 49ers are going to let this go. I heard Elvis Dumerville just a little while ago may be on his way back to Santa Clara. At least we'll have somebody out there. Yeah.
So does this mean that we might be seeing the end of Armstead?
Well, Armstead wasn't coming off the edge anyway. He was going to play the big end. But Armstead is in trouble because of Julian Taylor's emergence. I don't know how much time Eric's got, but he better hurry up and heal that leg and get back out there. Julian Taylor was kind of quiet this past game, but I don't look for him to be quiet next week. We'll see.
Yeah. One more question, Ronbo, before I let you go. So what was the situation last night between Shanahan and that our center, man? What happened there, man?
No, Weston Richburg apparently has a quick temper, and when he gets mad, he doesn't give a damn. He'll say and do anything. So he cost us a 15-yard penalty. We don't need Aqib Talib playing center. He's got to keep that under control. That was unnecessary, and it cost us. It may have cost the game. He put us in I think we're the third and long, tremendously long situation. That's unprofessional. That cannot be continued. So yeah, I'm sure Shanahan gave him a closed door session.
Yeah, you know what? I heard on I don't know if you heard it, but somebody on the NFL Network said that it escalated back to the locker room.
Yeah, no, really, that's bullshit. If you go get mad, then call timeout and I'll pull somebody in and put somebody in for you. You can come on the sideline and you can yell at me. But into the ref's face, are you serious? Of course you got a flag. You compounded that. God, that was stupid. He cannot continue to do that. We never had to worry about that with the last center we had. He may have not been that good, but he didn't get stupid in the middle of a game, though. God.
Man, well, you know what, Ronbo? Good thing it's preseason so far because it ain't looking good right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and we got to get a run game going. It's priority number one is to get that run game going probably. Priority number two, I think the defensive line will actually be fine at some point soon. But offensively, we've got to be able to run. And if the offensive line doesn't work, we ain't running.
So are they taking 4 running backs in to the season? Or are they going to cut it down?
No, the running backs may not be the whole problem. It may be the offensive line. If the running backs are running into nothing but a cement wall, you really can't expect a lot from them. They're trying to run from side to side. They're trying to cut in. There's no place to cut. That offensive line's got to improve. So, hey, tell you what, Danny, remember last year when Carlos Hyde in preseason, all he was doing was running into the back of everybody we had and everybody they had? That's because the offensive line didn't know what they were doing yet. It's the same thing this year. We got new guys at the right. We got new guys at the guard. I mean, the tackle, the guard, and the center. These are all new guys. We can't run that way. They don't know what they're doing yet.
Man,
so we got a problem
dazed
there.
and confused, man. They look dazed and confused, Ronbo.
Yeah, you know. So, yeah. So, and Matt Breda's landing up and damn near killed him because they couldn't block. Jerick McKinnon, they damn near killed him. So
how many starters were out last night? Couple of them?
How many starters are out or were playing?
We're out last night on the game yesterday.
Oh, God, quite a few. Offensively, not well. You got your two running backs. Starting running backs are out. Defensively, you got Richard Sherman, Sullivan Thomas. We got a few guys out. See, this is what the Texans keep saying. Oh yeah, well we had half a team out there playing. That's the only reason why it did so well. Hey, Texan fans, news alert: we had people out too. Don't pat yourself on the back.
Yep.
And you got away with that game.
Yep.
But yeah, that's they'll be back.
I hear you, Ronbo. But all right there, Ronbo, man. I'm gonna let you go, man.
All right.
You know?
All right, Danny. Be looking for you tomorrow if you get some time, huh?
All right, sounds good, Ronbo. You have a good one, Ronbo.
You too, fam. Good night, Danny. Anyway, yeah, and like somebody put, Christian Mahomes, this game was boring, wasn't it? From the second quarter, yeah. And it just dragged, tearing up the middle of the field and mistakes and flags. 49ers getting flags they have no business getting. That's really pissed me off. Kyle is probably burning. Guys, we're getting pre-snap flags again. Are you serious? We went through this last year. So, and let's wait. I was going Nighthawk before he dozes off. We should have got a ball coming. Nighthawk, you man. Nighthawk we got a weird noise there. Nighthawk, is that you?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nighthawk, what is on your mind, man? Before you pass out, you look like you're about 30 seconds away from dreamland.
Yep.
Nighthawk, you got anything to say about this game, man?
I don't know, man. All I know is Houston got lucky.
Yeah. Rolled it across the end zone after kicking our man in the leg, and they let him roll on into the end zone about 6 yards out. That's all right. You know, it's not in the standings.
You know, I mean, it's okay, but we got next game. But like I said, it's only preseason.
Yeah, we got to get better than Nighthawk. Next week is serious. We're talking about dress rehearsal. Jimmy Garoppolo and the guys will be out there for a whole half of football. They got to show something like they look ready.
Yeah, but I don't know. The running back, I don't know. They have to do better too.
Yeah, they will. They need somebody to move some holes open though. But yeah, I think they'll get better. I don't see how they could.
Yeah, but the defense need more help.
Well, who?
The defense need help.
I know. You'd be glad to know, Nighthawk. Elvis Dumerville may be on his way back to San Francisco. God, that's so sad. How old is Elvis Dumerville now? What is he, 37, 38, something like that? I don't know. We got to get Elvis Dumerville to help out all those young dudes. Terrible. Terrible.
No, I mean, too much open.
Too much what?
I mean, it's like the defense was too scared to go after the Houston offense.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. And I tell you something, Nighthawk, Houston's got the biggest dudes. Did you notice all them dudes look about the same size? I mean, the dudes are huge, man. All of them look like they eat at the same place. They look like they're all the same size. They all look like about 310 to 315. And some of them are fast. Big and fast. Oh, man. Oh, Coach Tim says we had 6 starters out. Okay.
I bet you Shanahan was mad.
Oh, yeah. Weston Richburg will be a well-behaved citizen next week. I bet you that much. And Dante Pettis was sitting over there thinking, sorry, Coach. Sorry. Sorry. I don't know.
I bet he said, "So don't cut it, man."
I know, right? Shanahan's serious this year. You can tell he does not plan on not going to the playoffs. Last year he was patient. He only got mad with the officials. This year he's getting mad with players. That's the difference. For anybody who thinks Shanahan ain't really serious and got plans on making a dent this year, think again. Him and Lynch ain't playing. They're going for it.
Yeah. The backup quarterback, I don't think he did good that much. The backup quarterback, I ain't think
CJ.
he did good. The CJ did not do good.
Yeah. I feel bad for CJ. I didn't think that, you know what? I didn't think CJ should have started last year when he did. He wasn't ready. I'm just hoping we don't have a Blaine Gabbert situation. I got scared when I seen CJ throw that ball into the dirt. I haven't seen that since Gabbert left. I says, uh-oh. Could CJ be getting gun shy? Because he took a lot of punishment last year, Night Hawk. A lot of punishment. Oh, he took a beating. That could wear on a quarterback, especially a young quarterback.
Yeah, but I'm saying he better do something before he might get cut.
I don't see him getting cut. But, I don't know what they're going to do. You can't put him on the practice squad. I heard he's still eligible, though. If Mullins comes in next week, we'll see. If he comes in number 2 and not CJ, that means Shanahan is thinking about it, though. I will see.
Yeah, but like I said, it's okay. We got next game, so.
Yeah, let's see what happens. There was a lot of guys that screwed up in this week. But this is learning time. That's why we have these games. Let's see if anybody learns from what they made mistakes on last week. We'll see.
But we got 2 games left for preseason anyways.
Yeah. One only for the starters. The 4th game is pretty much for the guys trying to make the team. Man. But anyway, nighty night and goodbye. Da, 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 da. Sometimes you're standing up. Now it's all the way out. It's late out there, Night Hawk. I'm going to see you tomorrow on Raw, okay?
Okay, man. Give me a shout out.
Yeah. Night Say the Hawk is out.
The Hawk is out. Go Empire.
Red Gold Dreams, Night Hawk. Hey, who we got here? Is that Mel? Or is that James? Hey, James, come on in, man.
Hey, what's happening, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
James, as I mentioned earlier, we're trying to look at this game objectively now. Last night, emotions got involved in some of the commentary. I know I was mad as hell. And after sleeping on it, though, I have some different thoughts on what happened. But, James, what are you thinking?
Well, I can tell you, I've been saying this all along about this situation with Jimmie Ward, and I know that Bruce Ellington, that played for us last year, went to the Texans, and I can guarantee you, the first thing he told Deshaun Watson, is listen, you can throw deep slants, all kind of passes. I was burning this guy all day long at practice when I played for him. Okay? And it was like an onslaught, bro. Right towards Jimmie Ward, and he could not stop. He couldn't even break up a pass. He couldn't get a PBU. Okay? He could not get a pass breakup. He couldn't stop the man. And Bruce Ellington is not that great of a receiver. And Jimmie Ward still couldn't stop him. So if you ask me, I don't care how Lynch does it. In that secondary, I can name 3 names right now. Number 1 is Jimmie Ward. Number 2 is Tyvis Powell. And number 3, of course, is Greg Maben. They need to find another team to play with. Because all of them are as sorry as a sack of wooden nickels, okay?
I got to remember that one.
Listen, man, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Jimmie Ward doesn't allow that touchdown to be made. We could have probably won the game. I know it's preseason. I know it's a lot of things we're still figuring out because the team is young. They're just starting to gel together. But I can tell you this much. Here's another thing about Weston Richburg. When I was watching the game from my phone, actually, because it wasn't on television. I'm on the East Coast. Yep. It came on TV last night at 1 o'clock, actually, on the NFL Network here on the East Coast.
Right.
Weston Richburg continues with that type of behavior. Let me tell you something. They are not playing. They're playing Eric Magnuson at center for a reason. I'm starting to get it. Because if it doesn't work out and Kyle can't contain him, then get rid of him, man. The deal is tied up. I know you gave him the money and you signed him to a 4-year deal, but they will just have to get their lawyers and get that bread back, bro. But this guy, I'm watching the phone and I'm like, see, this is what happens when you don't have NFL Game Pass. They mess with it when you're watching it on the phone from ESPN. They delay the game, the plays, and sometimes I even watch TV watching the game just to see how they're always behind from the internet. But I looked I seen they weren't running the play, and I'm like, what's going on? Is somebody injured or something happened? When I seen that they said 1st and 61 yards, I'm like, what? No. What are they talking about? 1st and 61, man, that's a half a touchdown. What are you talking about? They're not here today. Everybody talking about, this bad situation with Weston Richburg and then wanting to curse the official out. And let me tell you something.
I think he did.
Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch ain't going to tolerate that, man. I can guarantee you right now, they've got a couple of young offensive linemen that if you had to pick through the litter, I noticed that young player, that Najee Toran, it seemed to be panning out at guard. And then there's Eric Magnuson, who can play center as well as guard. Now, if this continues, they got to do what they got to do. And as far as it goes with C.J. Beathard, listen, when he comes in the game, I don't know, but it's like I go into this mindset like I just want to go lay down and put the pillow over my head and a towel around my head too. And I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want the dog in there. I don't want my wife or grandkids and nobody bothering. This guy is just dismally slow, man. I don't want to say he got no health problems that deal with the brain or nothing, but it's something going on with him. He can't move the ball.
No, you know what, James? And in fact, the game is still a little too fast for him. See, this is why I said last year why he shouldn't have been brought in to start last year. He's still trying to cope, but they're moving him too fast. I think they should have brought him along a little slower. But they didn't have any choice.
I think he is a player that you gotta do things on a slow basis. You can't overload him with an abundance of things he's got to do all at the same time. Like he can multitask, but don't give him 7 and 8 things he's got to do after the first 4 things he knows he has to do, because he's just not great with him. From what I see, I mean, he can't move the ball. Jimmy G went out there, and now I'm starting to get it. I watched some of the footage to see about that interception. Well, if you're looking at 2nd and 61, what are you going to do? Of course you're going to throw a deep ball, trying to at least get close in field goal range or close enough where you might say, well, 4th and 6, let's still go for it. But he threw the ball to Pettis. The ball went off Pettis' fingertips, and one of the cornerbacks from the Texans scooped it up off the turf and got the INT. But I'm going to say this much. One thing I was extremely impressed about in Garoppolo, first quarter, 136 yards and a touchdown.
And wasn't even the first quarter, James.
Wasn't even the first quarter.
Yeah.
It was like maybe 2 minutes and something left in the first quarter when they pulled him and brought in Beathard.
Yeah.
Now, 136 yards in less than a quarter. I mean, in a game when he finally is moving it like he wants to move it, I could see him putting up 7,000 yards for the season, man.
Woo! Now that's
I know
smoking.
it's not. Well, if you look at it, believe it or not, Ronbo, if he averages 420 yards a game, that's right at 7,000 yards a season. Very close.
If you do the math real quick, that's true. James, we got to stop.
Yeah,
James,
man.
by the way, actually, Ellington's touchdown was because Kwasi T made a mistake on defense, so Jimmie wasn't involved in that one. But Jimmie had his faults, and he will not be excused. Kwasi, I just realized, he didn't play all season last year. He's still learning the defense as well. We got to remember that, too.
Let me tell you something. He needs to find a way to pick it up, too, because I'm telling you, they got all, and it's a reason why, I know you got to go, but it's an extreme reason why they picked all these safeties in the draft and off of free agency. Somebody is really not safe in that secondary.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, Ronbo, love what you do, man. Niner Empire, Niner for life. But somebody ain't safe in that secondary, man.
Oh, that's always the case, though. And Tyvis Powell's number one. All right, James. James, I'll see you tomorrow night on Raw.
Him and Maben, I'll pay for a plane ticket for them to leave Santa Clara, man. And I'm living on a fixed income. Anyway, have a good night. Niner Empire, Niner for life, man.
All right, James. Thanks, fam.
Love yourself, man.
Hey, thanks, James. All right. Jason's also out on that East Coast. It's getting late. Jason, come on in, man.
Hello?
Yay, Jason. Hello.
Hey, what's going on? Ronbo, how you doing, bro?
Jason, giving everybody, listen to everybody's perspective on that game a little clearer now, as we can now see it. Everybody was seeing red last night. Losing that game in the fashion we did was kind of irritating. Because, even though it is a preseason game, losing is never easy to accept. It kind of ruins your day. But what do you think?
Yeah, I could see that. But, most importantly, we're trying to see what we got.
True.
We got over 20, 25 cuts. I mean, if
37.
we could have kept Jimmie G in or our starting crew in all game, we would obviously had a victory, I think. But,
Yeah.
I would like to have seen. I wonder why they're keeping Joe Williams kind of limited. I mean, Nichols. Are they just trying to see what Nichols has? And I like what I've seen from Jeff Wilson.
That was interesting.
He was catching passes.
Yeah.
Say that again.
That was interesting, wasn't it? I've been curious about Jeff Wilson for weeks, and now we see.
Yeah. Another small back, but receiving hands. But Joe Williams has been scarce thus far. I mean, carry here, carry there. And McNichols has been getting the bulk of the load with all these injuries. Maybe they're trying to reserve Joe and see what McNichols has, as he may be in the hot seat, so to speak,
Yeah, and
I don't know.
And Jason, you want to hear a really interesting development? Joe has now been diagnosed with bruised ribs. Is there something wrong with his foot too? I think he's got an ankle.
Oh my Lord! More injuries.
He's on the. No, but this gives license to put him on the IR. So,
oh
it's
my
just
Lord!
his foot.
By the way, Ronbo, I'm
CJ.
Jason Hyder. I'm Jason Hyder. I left comments on your on the YouTube one that the other day about small ball, how it may come back to haunt us. This fast, shifty, which is genius, but with the physicality
of the game,
of the running back position, the game in general, but especially the running back. See, there's no safety for the running back. They're protecting the quarterbacks, the running backs. Your ass is grass. You come running up. You see how it's going. I mean, injuries left and right. So I hoping this guy, Morris, what was his name? The guy we picked up. Alfred Morris, is it?
Yeah.
Just to see what he got. But even that's like a stopgap. That's like a Band-Aid for something that should have been addressed in the draft. I'm not trying to do the sour grapes and in retrospect cry, but all of this small ball. But Dunbar, was he an undrafted free agent? Like we couldn't get any bodies in here, some smash mouth, some guys who could pound the rock.
Yeah, Shanahan, he doesn't want to play that way. if Shanahan could get,
he's bringing knives to gunfights. Then
yeah, but if he could get 4 or 5 Marquise Goodwins, that's what he would do. It's he either innovates like he's trying to do, or like you're saying, he fails. But he's going for it. He's going to see what he can do with that kind of football.
On a positive note, I like the tight end.
George Kittle?
The other guy, Catini or Nicotini.
Oh, Hicatini.
Yeah.
Great
I like
hands, isn't he?
Looking like.
He makes it look
easy. He got
easy.
some good size on him.
Yeah.
If his blocking is solid, I can see him being, I like Dwelly too, but I like his size. I like Hicatini's size and catching ability. So
if he can block.
Season is if he can block. I mean,
because he gained a little weight this year. I noticed he looks a little bigger and stronger than last year. So they must have told him.
Watch out for that number 77. He looks like he's really going to make the squad.
Julian,
from what I see.
Julian Taylor.
Taylor, yeah.
I can tell you right now. Even as we speak, Eric Armstead is working out that hamstring, trying to get it back. Eric says,
"Yeah,
damn, he looks good. I'm gonna have to hurry up and get back out there."
Man, and you know what? I like the way Day and Jones is looking in the middle as run. They're just like plugging up holes, like as a tandem. I'm saying, although I like Julian Thomas and. With obviously DeForest Buckner, he's definitely great. But I like what I see in those two guys in the run stop. They've been plugging holes so well together. I see them working great together. So we got depth on the D-line. That's good. Good to see Fred Flintstone out there, Fred Warner out there.
Fred had more tackles. He was
recovering
with the
fumbles and all of this. Yeah, he's out there. He's all flying all over the field.
And Jason, how much of a Ward did he look like? I mean, who was that knocked that ball loose for that fumble?
That was Fred. That was Jones who knocked that loose.
That's right. And did you see Dean? I mean, Fred on the ground. He's like crawling over, man, because they had already taken him out of the play.
Yeah.
I don't know what hit him, but he was in a hurry.
He didn't pull a Cam Newton move.
And grabs the ball.
He didn't pull no Cam Newton moves. He went after it.
That was
hilarious.
He was already down on the ground. He crawled over and got that. I don't know who hit him, but they decked him. I love that play.
Johnny on the spot. He made a career at being Johnny on the spot. Speaking
he's quick.
Of careers, I just want to make this one point on Jimmie Ward in defense of him. But when we picked him, when your guy, Trent Baalke there, Trent Baalke, when they picked him in the first round, he earned his bones at the safety spot. I guess they figured he's 5'11", 190. He could possibly play corner, but he earned his bones at safety.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Here we are trying to make him a corner.
He's not
Maybe
a corner.
He's a decent coverage safety, but to throw him at corner and expect him to be a starter, he didn't earn his bones there. That's not his position. He's a safety. He needs to either bulk up, or something. I mean, 190, he got to put on some muscle or something, all these injuries. But Jimmie Ward's not a cornerback. I see him he continues to look lost in coverage.
Yeah. And especially in this scheme.
Possible. Oh my Lord.
Jason, we're gonna stop. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, fam. Good stuff. I'm gonna look for you tomorrow if you got some time, all right?
All right. I'm gonna be there, Ronbo. Have a good night, man.
All right, Jason. Thanks, fam. You too.
All right. Peace.
And now we hustle out to Big Mo out on the East Coast as well. Big Mo!
Ronbo, what's happening, Playola?
Oh, man, we sit back here. We're buffing up and polishing up what happened yesterday. And everything makes sense. And you know what's really funny? Jason just made an excellent point. We're trying to force a square into a round hole. Jimmy G is a cornerback you use if you have to. I'm sorry. Jimmie Ward is a cornerback you use as a safety that you use as a cornerback if you have to. You don't do it. Just saying, because he's a great athlete. So he really is playing. He is a fish out of water, especially at this level. You go back to university or something, maybe you can play the corner, but not in the NFL. He's a safety. And that's the bottom line.
And we knew, and that's the thing, Ronbo. We knew this. We knew this coming into the preseason. So, as a 49er fan, I'm just wondering why we seem so concerned about it. Because we knew Jimmy Hospital Ward. We know who he is. Either he's not on the field, and when he is on the field, he's on his way to the hospital. That's why he's called Jimmy Hospital Ward.
That's clever.
But
Hospital
Jimmy,
Ward.
Single-handedly, I think he's given up 120 yards receiving, a couple of touchdowns.
I think he's given up.
Struggle, man.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think Jimmy Ward wouldn't have gotten a fist fight.
I think he wants to get cut, maybe go to another team
and get paid.
Maybe stick to just playing safety. You know?
Because he gets 8.5. It's fully guaranteed. He gets paid. Goes to a place where he can play. I would not doubt that for a minute.
Right.
Because he sees this ain't his play. He ain't gonna start. He knows it.
Yeah, but he's fighting in practice and he's giving up big plays. He's losing the ball in the sun. He's just not focused right now.
He knows people talking about him. They're all over. He's starting to block people by now off his social media.
Right. I mean, he made Bruce Ellington look like Antonio Brown.
No, wait a minute. Wait.
Huh?
That's Jimmy wasn't in on that play. I got to defend him on that. Bruce Ellington was being covered. He was running through the slot area. He got covered because the zone coverage failed. Something between Kowalski and the two corners and the slot cover, something went wrong there. Jimmy wasn't involved.
Well, I mean, Jimmy played so bad. I mean, you got to understand why I got him confused.
You got to blame. No matter what goes wrong out there, blame Jimmy. It's probably he may have had something for the play and looked at Kowalski.
Right. I know it's not right, man. But, yeah, man, he's struggling, though. Everybody can see that. And, I'm not surprised at what I've been seeing in the preseason. Actually, I've been impressed. The rookies are pretty good.
Yep.
My boy Richie James, he had a tough game last game, but hey, he's learning how to play in the NFL. That's what it's all about.
That's true, huh? We excuse him too. I didn't even think about Richie. Yeah.
He had a tough game. Pettis had a couple of drops. Their timing a little off. But ask yourself this, Ronbo: how many times Jimmy Garoppolo been sacked this preseason?
Oh, that's a good point. See, this is why I say the offensive line is protecting Jimmy. But you know what? Kyle Shanahan probably threatened each and every one of them. Listen, if Jimmy goes down, it's a mark against you. I'm serious. I don't care what you got to do. You stop him from getting hit. They are.
Yeah, they better, man. They protecting it. They playing with the church money.
That's it.
But, like I said, that's impressive to me. I was concerned with that. They haven't given up a sack. He maybe been hurt maybe once or twice. And then, this preseason.
Yeah.
And then Richburg, he gets a penalty. We get a couple of holding penalties. That happens. I'm not too down on Richburg, man, because he got an unsportsmanlike conduct in the preseason. Come on now.
Hey, but
I mean, he's probably want to bring toughness to the line.
Exactly.
So this is how he's trying to bring toughness to the team. He's a smart dude, man.
That's what I was going to say. I like that kind of guy for the protection of Jimmy. If a guy gets stupid coming through there and he comes back the next time, he'll find himself getting clotheslined. So that's okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's exactly. And you pick the right time in the preseason to do it.
Yeah.
Okay? You do it in the preseason. You moving the ball. You want to send a message. Hey, don't do nothing dirty out here to my man Jimmy, because we coming back at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't lose your temper with the referee, though.
Out.
Yeah, just don't cuss the referee out. That's everything else is fine.
Yeah, but you can do that in the preseason, Mama.
Come to think of it,
preseason, man. You know what he's doing. He knows Shanahan gonna be mad for a little while. Then he's gonna realize after the game, he's gonna watch some tape and say, you know what?
You were right.
They're keeping Jimmy G jersey clean.
And you know something else, Mo?
That boy Jimmy ain't broke a sweat in 2 games, Ronbo. He ain't broke a sweat.
Not even
He's
close.
out there picking them apart. Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
With 5% of the playbook. Only 5% of the playbook now. Jimmy out there picking them apart.
Not even 5.
Not
That's all
taking no
vanilla.
hits.
Hey,
Come on,
but
man.
you know something, Mo? Sometimes those plays break up. You can tell an offensive player is crumbled. Some of those guys know exactly what to do. Because some of those, I know there was a play that broke up. When we saw, who was that was wide open? Was that Selleck? Or was it?
Oh, it
Was
might.
it
Yeah,
Pettis?
Selleck was open on. Yeah, he was too. Pettis was wide open. I know on a double move.
That's
Couple
part
of guys
of the
was wide open.
scheme. And I know Kyle didn't call that play. He wouldn't call that play. They
Juice,
did that on
Juice
their
was
own.
wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lot of just basic vanilla plays. I know the kind of stuff we got to get over the post. We not running the bulky offense no more, fellas. Let's just calm down. We're not gonna line up with 400-pound linemen and run it up the middle. We tried that with bulky. That does not work. Okay, we're moving on to something else now.
Yeah, smash mouth didn't work. Not anymore. Not in this league.
Right. No, the Patriots don't play smash mouth football.
Nah.
Okay, the Eagles, they have a really good balance. That's why they won the Super Bowl. I give them credit. It's not a bad weapon to have, but you're not gonna dominate the game no more with smash mouth football. It's the 2000s, the 2020s we're coming into. Yeah. Okay, it's not the 80s no more.
No. But Mo, we got to stop.
The 10 of them guys are not around, man.
Oh, is it? iPod still trying to do that in Arizona, but Big Mo, we gonna have to go. I couldn't wait to do that.
Yes, sir.
Big Mo, we got to. I'm gonna save that though. Jimmy Hospital Ward. That is hilarious. It's wrong, but it's funny. Mo, I haven't seen you tomorrow. Need some time,
take your time, Ronbo. Hold it down, player. I'll be checking in with you.
All right, fam. Be looking for you, too. Have a good night.
All right, later, man. You too, man.
Oh, man. Hey. And Razor. Freddie just said, all hell. Oh. And Razor, give me same old sorry ass Rams.
That one was for Freddie. I haven't called him since the last time.
I know. Freddie looked clearly disturbed, didn't he? Freddie, you know we love you, man. Come on now. Oh man. Well, Razor. Razor, I'm looking at West Coast 57257 says, bring back Aaron Lynch. Do you miss Aaron Lynch?
What's there to miss about him?
You know what, though? If Aaron could just have stayed off the IR, I thought he was doing a good job when he was skinny back when he first came to the 49ers. That boy was good, man.
Not just off the IR, off the cheeseburgers, too.
I know, because Aaron, I used to see Aaron manhandle offensive linemen. Just throw him to one side with one hand. That's what I said. Oh, this dude is bad. So, he just couldn't stay focused. Dang it. But anyway, Razor, what are you thinking, man?
I'm not really worried about the play calling from yesterday on offense or defense. I mean, it's more of a player thing, not a whole individual. Like the players, they have to go full speed because they want to make the team.
Yeah.
The coaches, they don't have to call a perfect game plan because they're not trying to show too much before the season. So I'm not worried.
True.
About Saleh playing a soft defense, whatever. Like, why you want to go all out in preseason? I mean, yeah, you're gonna call certain plays to see how players doing them, but you're not showing everything in preseason. I'm more focused on the individual players.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah,
and you know what? You can tell from what happened yesterday, upon what you just said, they already penciled in some guys that are out of here. So you're right. There is some benefit to them dudes screwing up. Now we know who's saying goodbye. Tyvis Powell.
Yeah, and Ronbo, he's been gone. I mean, he's just a camp body.
Yeah.
But before preseason started, I was a little hopeful for Joe Williams, but he's done.
Yeah,
He's out of here. I mean, he hurt his ribs. I mean, he's averaging 2 yards a carry.
2.8. Give me
I think they carry 4 running backs in the roster, to be honest with you.
That's what I heard. 4. They're gonna go 4 deep.
McKinnon, Breda. I think Jeremy makes it.
You think so?
It's between Jeremy and Alfred, but Jeremy he's been running hard, and for sure, I think Mostert makes a team for sure, just for special teams, not for running back. But New England carries 4 running backs. One of them is just for special teams, and his name is Brandon Bolden.
Yeah,
he's a running back, but he's solely special teams. He doesn't touch the ball, whatever. But I think we'll do the same because those players are kind of valuable.
That means Mostert is staying. I tell you what, Razor, I see the plan unfolding already. There is nothing seriously wrong with Joe Williams. I think he's going back to the IR for another year, and if that's even eligible. I mean, if that's even legal. And Mostert makes his team. Do you know that's one of the top gunners in the league? They're not going to cut him.
Yeah, I mean, not every week he's going to be worth 7 points or 6 points, whatever, but he was worth 6 points when we played Chicago when they had Cohen score on us. He was worth 6 points that game.
Yeah, because most of them, I think it would have stopped him.
Yeah, him being gone cost us 6 points.
I agree. I said it after that game, too. Most are standing on the sideline. Cohen's just zipping down through everybody. Man.
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, I'm not focused on Salah's defensive play calling yesterday. I mean, the coaches are going half-ass. I mean, it's more of a player thing for them to go full speed and see who's going to step up and make the team. But I was disappointed that the Texans didn't play any of their big-time names, like Honey Badger, Watt, Clowney, Joseph.
Everybody's being careful except for us. Yeah. Look at the Rams. The Rams are getting guys from local high schools to come in and play their preseason games. They are comical with not playing any starters. What? This dude is from what school? Compton High. What are you guys? You're not going to play any of your starters before the season starts? I can't wait what they look like in game 1. You need to play a little bit.
High school students. They're bringing high school male cheerleaders. They're bringing everybody.
I can't wait to see how that develops. So,
yeah.
But you're right. It's about the players. It's not about schemes and things like that. That's why I knew the offense was out there rolling on their own. I think Jimmy was calling some of those plays in the huddle because I saw one play that was not vanilla. When we had that, who was that was wide open? That wasn't no vanilla play. They've done that before.
Yeah.
So, and Kyle probably called him aside like, "Watch it, guys. Don't expose too much." Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not worried about the play calling or whatever. I mean, like the play calling is not going to affect CJ's lack of accuracy or whatever. I mean, he's out of here too, Ronbo.
I IR 4 year.
There's no point of keeping him on IR. I mean, we keep that for Dunbar. We keep that for Alfred Morris or something. I don't know, or McNichols. I mean, I was high on Beathard last year, but I gotta say goodbye to Beathard, to Joe Williams, to Jimmie Ward.
Tyvis Powell. But I always put Tyvis first. And
Eric Armstead.
Yeah.
Your boy Armstead. Your boy.
Wait, no, not Eric, please. Let me save him one more day. No, don't touch him. Because I still think when he's healthy, Armstead can be effective. Okay.
No, because we got that in Taylor already, and he's not even costing us $1 million to keep. We're wasting too much money on Armstead.
But who are you going to back him up with? You got to have – I like those two because if I haven't got one, I got the other. If I got a Julian Taylor, Eric Armstead rotation, I think I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's a good point. But, I mean, do you really want to keep Taylor off the field just to see Armstead get hurt?
Well,
week
the thing
2,
is,
week 3, whatever.
I want Taylor to be there so I don't have to lose a beat. I want Taylor to continue to get reps during the season too. So,
also Eli Harold is gone. I mean, I'm tired of seeing him trying to make a spin move.
I bet we could write down 37 guys right now, Razor, and they're gonna get rid of 40 because they're gonna want to pick some guys up from other people's rejects. You know what I'm saying? So 40 guys are leaving. Could you come up with 40 guys you want to dismiss right now? I know you could, Razor. You don't like nobody.
Yeah. Well, Ronbo, actually, I had an idea for you. I'm not sure if you want to do it or we can talk off air, but I'll say it real quick. You know how you do the GM show, whatever?
Yeah.
Well, you should have one like in this last few weeks of doing like a little show of like a part 2 GM of who you're keeping and who you're starting or something like that.
Razor, not even who you're keeping. Obviously, you're going to keep the guys you don't. I just want the cut hour. And now today we got Razor. Razor's going to introduce to you who he thinks it's time to go, and he's going to give good reasons why. Razor, continue. Well, I'm going to get rid of Jimmie Ward. Everybody knows you're going to say Jimmie Ward first, right? But Razor, just that last question before we go, because we got to go. But $8.5 million. There's some financial pain involved in telling this man goodbye. Do you eat that contract and go ahead and get somebody else from a practice squad? Or do you make this guy earn his money? That's a lot of money, Razor. It's fully guaranteed. What are you going to do?
Well, I mean, it's already paid, so I mean, there's no point in cutting him now. I mean, we got to keep him.
Yeah, you can't trade him. Nobody's going to make that trade.
No one's paying that. I think we already paid that. I mean, he's just a wasted roster spot, in my opinion. But real quick before I go, the run blocking for the first team O-line really needs to improve because I do not want to rely on Jimmy's arm the whole season like Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Jimmie will be good, no doubt, but I'm not trying to rely on his ability.
No. They got to run. You got to run.
That whole first drive was just Jimmie alone. I mean, I don't think we got a first down on a run. That was all Jimmie though. I mean, yeah, it's good to see, but I'm not trying to rely on his arm the whole game.
Cannot. Razor, you sent me an email. It has no content. It's blank. Something went wrong with the.
Yeah, the video was too long.
Okay.
So pretty much me and Kenny today we went to the Niner Stadium because he's down visiting from Oregon.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, and me and him were at the museum and we watched the Niner video and I recorded it and I was gonna send it to you to check it out because I'm not sure if you'll see it or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's updated.
It's a huge file. If you could compress that file, maybe you could send it. All right. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, if you know any other ways, it's 16 minutes long. If you know any other way I can send it to you, I'll send it. But I tried through email, but it's probably too long to send. But if you know any other way. I
may have another. Okay, I'll get back to you shortly. I want to see this. All right. All right, Razor. Talk to you in a little while, actually. All right.
All right, Ronbo. I'm out of here. Freddie, get ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. Get ready. Get ready, Freddie.
All right, Ronbo. I'm out of here. Like.
Oh, I like Razor's idea. We got a few weeks left because everybody wants to put together a 53-man roster, which is pretty much the same. I'd love to know about the cuts. That's an interesting program. All right. Hey, Tyler.
Ronbo, man, what is with all the negativity tonight?
I know, right? It was worse last night. You missed it.
Come on, man. Okay, we should be happy right now because when you look at the way, we didn't have our starting tight end or starting running back out there. And look at the way our first team played. 10 out of 12. And the pick, sure. A little overthrown. Pettis needs to bring that in. Sure, he's a young guy. He'll fix it.
Yeah.
By the way, Richburg don't need to be getting that penalty. We wouldn't be in that position if he hadn't gotten that. So.
And that's true.
But, he knows he done screwed up. Kyle showed his displeasure in the post-game interview. So, yeah.
Yeah. You know what, though? I don't want Richburg becoming a nice guy, though. I like him with that nasty disposition.
Well, yeah. I don't
Anyway.
want him running his mouth at the refs, though.
Yeah, just leave the
he
refs
can do
alone.
that. Run your mouth at your opponent. Don't. Yeah.
Exactly.
And
I
back
agree.
it up too.
Yeah, and I think he can.
And what I was most satisfied with, because last week, I'm not going to lie, there's a little bit of concern because of the 3 out of 6, whatever. He gets back out there last night, throwing those tight windows, the quick release. Everything we saw last season elevated to another level.
Didn't it?
And, it just reconfirmed what we already knew, and now I'm very comfortable. I'm very comfortable, and I can calmly say this is going to be a great season.
We just got to be able to run. That's all
But
I
was
ask.
J.J. Watt playing last night? Was Mike McGlinchey containing him, or was he playing at all?
No. JJ didn't play. He was standing around making sure the cameras were on him all night.
Poor pansy, man.
He's such a celebrity.
He should have played. Did Clowney play?
No, Clowney was standing behind him eating something. The one shot I saw, JJ's out there, the camera's on him, and Clowney's standing behind him eating something. I'm saying, these guys, they're not even, there's no chance they're coming in this game. If Jadeveon's eating on the sideline during the course of a game, obviously he's not playing. So, yeah, I'm laughing. Okay.
Well,
the Texans have become celebrities.
Well, it doesn't bother me because really, everybody's talking about the defense and how they were just giving up everything to the Texans. Well, you have to acknowledge Bruce Ellington is a good football player. He just couldn't stay healthy. He's in his second year in Bill O'Brien's system. And Bill O'Brien is a really, really good coach. If you've heard him mic'd up, you understand that.
Yeah, no.
He is very underrated. He is a great coach. He's kind of obviously we were kind of a little wrong about this, but I remember you had a show one time on a video you posted on YouTube or whatever. You said Chip Kelly never had the right quarterback.
Yeah.
And, well, now he says that he did at that time, but you really did. But, we could agree that he somewhat got a bad deal, but I'm happy with the way things are now.
Yeah.
But it's mainly the defensive coordinator's fault. But that's in the past, whatever. So, like I was saying, the way things are now, it looks good. I'm not concerned about the defense. Jimmy, I would rather trust in a young guy than have Jimmie Ward at corner because they said we had trees out there. Rather have the length and maybe give up a couple more plays I'm not going to say that. I'd rather have the length and size at that corner spot, just like Sherman had. Like, we already know that we got Akello and Richard Sherman, but the other younger guys like Travarius Moore or whatever his name is, and Moore is good. I think he's more physical than Akello was last year, and then Akello developed into something. I think Travarius Moore is going to develop a lot faster, and I think he'll be a good backup for Sherman when he needs a breather or whatever. So I think move Jimmie Ward back to free safety and have him rotate with Adrian Colbert.
Yeah, since we got to keep him anyway with that $8.5 million. But what are you going to do with DJ Reed? Yeah.
Is he like a slot cover guy?
Yeah, he can play both ways. He's got more than one skill set. They're both pretty much the same guy. Both of them can play. And DJ Reed, I'd love to see what DJ Reed looks like playing a corner. But yeah, they're the same player.
How many corners do we keep? Like 6?
See, this is the question. I don't know. Did we have 6 last year? Or 7?
How many did we keep last year?
Yes, that's my question too. If you're on the
6.
chat and you know how many corners we kept last year, I'll throw that number out there. But I don't really know. All I know is
I think 6.
Yeah, 7. And you look at 6 or 7 on both off the wide receivers and the cornerbacks, and then you're talking about 4 running backs. Those numbers are getting up there. You haven't even gotten to your defensive line and your offensive lineman yet. It's got to be real touch and go.
Yeah, and honestly, like I told you last week, if we carve up Indianapolis bad, get excited, but at the same time,
don't overreact.
Indianapolis' defense is pretty miserable.
Yeah, I saw them.
Obviously you want to see our offense do good. That's obviously. So I think we'll absolutely destroy them with our first team offense, but at the same time, it's not really a great defense, but we saw what we can do against a great defense, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, it's it's a work in progress.
You know,
it's okay, and take everything with a grain of salt. So
yeah, like I was saying, our starting tight end and our starting two running backs were not out there.
No, there was 6 guys missing in total. So
Who
even
all was
Solomon
missing?
T's out on defense.
No, I'm talking about offense.
On offensively, yeah. I think you named
Yeah.
everybody. And
Yeah,
Jonathan Cooper's
so-
not able to go full speed yet. So yeah, we're still, and
Yeah.
they don't know what bothers me most. The offensive line has a lot of work to do to be able to learn Kyle Shanahan's blocking schemes in order to make that run game run. We can't just run to one side. All they have to do is overload.
Yeah, and I also thought that Garnett looked pretty decent. So
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
I mean,
everybody's sort of
yeah.
happy about Garnett. But hey, Tyler, let me see you tomorrow, okay?
Oh yeah.
All right, fam. You have a good night.
Just
We'll be in
just like I was saying, everybody stop being so negative. The offense looked great. Now we can brag about Jimmy G, and they're going to bring up the pick. We know what happened. We know it'll be corrected. And stop questioning our coaches and GM. They know
Yeah.
what they're doing. Stop being like, oh, well, if they cut this player, they're stupid. No, they're not. They know what they're doing. Let it go.
Look out. Tyler is the voice of reason tonight. Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Tyler, all right, man. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
CM Punk, cult of personality, drag lifestyle. Pipe bomb. By the way, I waited 10 seconds because that's Jimmy G's number, and he's the key. So,
Tyler, you're
Pipe
such
bomb.
a clown. See you
Pipe
tomorrow.
bomb.
What's wrong with him? All right. So we go now to wrap it up here. Butch Dye says, from St. Louis, Mizzou, Allah! Oh! And Gohard says Jimmie Ward targeted 2 times, allowed 21 yards. What was so horrible about his player? Gohard brings up a point. We're waiting for Jimmie Ward to make a mistake, and everything he does gets amplified. I don't know. Maybe the coaches may not be looking at him as hard as we are, but we're waiting for him to make a mistake. We have our favorite players. We let him get away with anything. Jimmie Ward does one thing wrong. We're all over his ass. We may be able to tone that down a bit. Johnny Banana says 35-21. 49ers with week 1 versus Vikings. We will have the number 1 offense this year. Hey, that's not science fiction. If that offense gets a run game, what in the world is a defense going to do? Kyle, you got to get that run game on track. Daniel Garcia says DJ Jones looking even better. Taylor's young and raw. Definitely something there. Agreed, Daniel. Michael Hang. Well, maybe the gender, because sorry-ass Rams got dudes for cheering. And SANAV, yo, sup? Amy Lopez, Big Bad 49ers. And Maya 0724, Khalil Mack. Oh, Clark Kent, here's your winner and new second straight quarterback, Nick Mullins. And Fia, I gotta read. I once had his correct pronunciation as Fia Eva. It says Garnett had a hell of a day. Yeah, he looked a lot better, didn't he? And Nashawn Warren says Jimmy G 136 yards, 10 of 12 completions and a TD, and yeah. And Jose Mendez says Niners over 100 yards and penalties, and that was not good. And FaZe Khan says CJ is going to be so demoralized if he loses his spot. That's another thing to worry about. But these guys got to come up with a thick skin if you're going to play NFL football. So let's see what happens to him. Tyrone Moore says CJ Beathard will have his foot reevaluated Tuesday. Probably won't need a boot, but have to wait and see. 49ers. If that foot is in any kind of condition, he will not. And this gives him a legitimate excuse to get out, just like what they said when his knee hurt when Jimmy G started. Poor CJ, this is how he gets removed from the equation. There's no way he plays next weekend. We still got Jack Hennigan, I guess. John Delvin, watch Seattle Seahawks pick Joe Williams, though. Man, the Hawks got such a stable of running backs right now. They got about 4 guys. That Carson dude, but that guy with a weird name, post something, they got some bad dudes. They don't need anybody else. I don't know how they're going to get the guys in. They're going to have to cut some people, actually. Probably Michael Davis. Hey, John Delvin. John Delvin is watching. Oh, yeah, all right, we just did that one. Gohart says, free MC Niner. Gohart, MC Niner's out on the prowl, man. You guys got to wait till the weather cools off. MC's out chasing the ladies, if you know what I mean. Brian Culp, Alfred Morris will make the team. I got a feeling that's so true. Miguel Cuevas says Alfred McNichols and McKinnon. Yeah. Yeah. He's going to have 4. That's going to be interesting, man. Man. Would they actually let Matt Breida go? That's going to be crazy. All right, we'll see. Bobby Orr says, hey, you get your uniform? Not yet, Bobby. Yeah, a little problem with that. Oh, it's a long story. I hope people don't have the same problem I have. Hey, Johnny Banana says, my only problem with Pettis is that he's a cat man. I like cats. MC Niners, he says, any man who enjoys the company of felines over the noble dog is suspect. Come on, Johnny, man, that's... Come on. I like kitties. I mean, I wouldn't walk them. You walk a dog, but you don't walk a kitty. But kitties are cool. Kenneth Colon says, don't forget, we didn't have the starting secondary, but he would have gotten killed. Jimmy G threw him to the wolves. Yeah, Jimmy G, that's a different beast, man. People, boy, don't let the 49ers get a run game. Jarrell Balsetta says, CJ Beathard reportedly has a sprained foot. He's out. And gives him a legit, it is a loose face. All right, Mullins comes in, and, because he's become the people's choice now. Once that happens, it's kind of rough. Itchy Chinny Kojak, what's up? You still drinking that juice? Itchy Chinny. And this year, it's Itchy Chinny. And last year, we got excited every time Jimmy G started doing things. We started doing dilly dilly. You see, Itchy Chinny he's a Brit. And he could not understand why we adopted that phrase. You got to see that commercial, fam. You'll know why. The pit of misery had everybody in tears laughing. Dude escapes the pit of misery. He goes out and brings back a bunch of Bud Lights. And he goes back to the pit of misery and shares. And everybody wonders, why'd you come back? Is that humor or what? Dilly dilly. Gohart says, let me make it clear, no way, shape, or form am I standing by Ward. He definitely isn't playing up to his former first-round potential, but 21 yards off of 2 targets is not trash. So set your football IQ up, please. No, he didn't. It wasn't Ward's reason. He's not the reason why we lost that game. Dimitri Tyler says, I want to trade Garnett when his stock rises. That dude is soft and injury-prone. I think he just hasn't had, he hasn't played much since he got to the 49ers, actually. A lot of evaluations were made, but I don't know that we've seen enough of him yet. He got hurt when he played he played a little bit with Kelly, got hurt all last year. That's 2 years, and he's in his 3rd year, and we're just not barely seeing him. I'm waiting on that judgment. Fire Evil says all backups need playing time, but they have to play like they want it. Agreed. West Coast 57257. Our 2018 cornerbacks: Sherman, Witherspoon, Moore, Williams, Reed, McFadden. Not a, that's a good combo right there. Yeah, I like all those guys. Cali style. Let's sit the starters for the rest of the preseason. They're going to play next week for a half. They're going to play, I think, maybe the first half, and that's it. You don't see them anymore until we get to Minnesota. Davey B. Jones, coach staff needs to take responsibility for inconsistent tackling. They're not wrapping up despite the flag on number 31, Raheem Mostert. His hit was formed perfect. That's what needs to be emphasized. You're right. It was perfect, wasn't it? That's why I know Mostert's not getting cut. He is you can't let another team have that kind of a free. I mean, he's that good. If they, and the Pro Bowlers, they do have guys that come in and play special teams. He'd be on one. Jamar Walt, what's up, man? Yeah. He put the Snoop Dogg on me. Ronbo said, everybody's sipping gin and juice, laid back, dilly. Thanks, Jamar. Hey, my 0724 Mahomes is going to be the first quarterback in NFL history to complete 100-yard pass because we allowed him 20 seconds in the pocket because of no pass rush. Oh, please. That is not possible. Remember, Mahomes is going to look downfield. He's going to have to hesitate just long enough for that defensive interior to get to him. I got a feeling because they're going to make a difference, hopefully. Debbie Ryan says, on a positive note, fam, I just want to take a moment to give a shout-out to Robbie Gould, number 9, Mr. Dependable. I really loved him. You know, Debbie is so right. If there's one guy that you can always depend on, I believe sometimes we can be 60-plus yards out. Robbie Gould will deliver. That dude is awesome. Oh, he's in mid-season form already. And the Sheik says, Ronbo Sports, thoughts on Toomer and the rest of the linebacking core. Did Toomer play yesterday? I got to go look at the game. What does Toomer look like? I remember him in the Dallas game. He made a couple of plays, actually. Toomer. And Larry Joe Empire, Garnett looked a lot better than Cooper last night. Ooh, I got to go back and watch again. I didn't even know when Cooper came into the game, actually. And Johnny Bananas, thanks, fam. He says, swiggity swooty, we're going to destroy Rudy's booty. let me read it again. Swiggity swooty, we're going to destroy Rudy's booty. We've got a lot of clever minds out here. And Jimmy Hospital Ward. Coach Tim says, bottom line is this was a practice game, a glorified scrimmage, nothing else. Our first team did okay, and our backs and offensive line got a lot of reps to work on things too. We'll be okay. Remember, somebody pointed it out. Jimmy G was never dropped. And did you see G that time? You could see dudes trying to get at him. You could see hands waving. G was standing back there. I mean, he didn't even look at them dudes out there trying to get at him. He felt confident they wouldn't do it. They would not get in. G just stands back, looks for his target. Bingo. I like the protection. Now let's run. Kyle likes to get his guys, first we crawl, then we walk. I don't want it to be 8 weeks before they can start blocking for the run, though. That's why Carlos almost got 1,000 yards last year. I know what people are thinking, but listen, if Carlos can almost get 1,000 yards, promise you, in this offense, McKinnon can get over 1,000 yards. We'll see. And yes, Toomer played. I knew he played. I just didn't see him play. I was so busy getting mad. Truth Seeker offensive line's got to look better. That's the gospel truth. You got the right name, Truth Seeker. Anthony Baker, we have the money. 3 most in the NFL. Yeah, but you can't use it all on one guy, though. We already did use it all on one guy, pretty much, on Jimmy G. Daniel Andre says, defense is hurting without Solomon T. and Armstead. True. I still don't think Robert Saleh is a good enough DC. You got to give these guys a little more time, though. Before I got to believe. And Coach Tim says, I think if I were Shanahan, I'd go through starters the first quarter and do the second. And then put Mullins in at quarterback for the rest of the second and starting the third to see what we can do with our starters. Yeah. Go Hard says, love you, man. I don't know if you understand what you really mean. Oh, shucks. Thanks, Go Hard, man. Thanks, man. You know, because it's fun for me, so never feel like I'm working hard. Please, guys, I love you. I love hanging out with you. This is just pure fun for me. So, yeah, but thanks. And Donna Bell says, Ronbo Sports, hey, Uber. Wait a minute. Uber is a racket, one pay $22 a day, one pay one-way racket. I haven't rode with an Uber person yet. Daniel Andre says, you think since we have depth at the defensive back and wide receiver positions that Lynch is in talks with the Raiders setting up a package of a few players who have potential for Mac? You never know about John Lynch. we didn't even know John Lynch was out trying to get Tom Brady last year. This is not beyond possibility. You know, Aaron Donald maybe even be in discussion, but you see these people on the West Coast, I don't see, Aaron Donald is definitely not coming to San Francisco. There's no way in the hell the Rams are going to make a trade with the 49ers to give them their best defensive lineman. And we also have Gruden, who probably doesn't, I'm playing the 49ers this year. Why do I give him Mac? Give him maybe to him next year if they want to wait. I can see it now. Big X says down 1 in the Super Bowl, 1 second on the clock in the fourth. Robbie Gould sets up to kick the game winner from 60 yards. Gould's walking out on the field. He's making jokes, it seems, on the sideline before he comes into the game. Gould comes in. He finds out what happens next. He subscribes to Ronbo Sports, and Ronbo says, Gould walks out, and he stops along the sideline. He's talking to the cheerleaders. He moves away from the girls. Now he's moving to the middle of the field, and he shakes hands with the defense of the opposing team. Robbie Gould is not to be believed. This is a 60-plus yard field goal. Does he realize this is just not that easy? The ball is snapped. Gould runs up, kicks it, and now he's waving and throwing kisses at the crowd as the ball's in flight. It's down through the middle of the uprights. 49ers win it. I like Robbie Gould a lot. You can tell. He kills me. Woo! Hey, and can't catch him. Robert keeps the spirit alive, and that makes me happy more than anyone can know. Listen, not only will the Raiders not trade Mac, but they will never, ever, ever trade him to the 49ers. You know what? I would bet money on that. I can't see Oakland giving up Khalil Mack to us. They might trade him to the East Coast and try to get something. Who would they deal with on the East Coast? Because you know who's waiting, don't you? And this is what happens all the time with the Patriots. Belichick he makes a fool out of somebody every year. He gets prime-time players somehow. He's got a good team this year. I would pick the Patriots to be in the Super Bowl again. Did you see them in preseason so far? Their defense has turned into monsters. God, better than last year. Coach Tim says, you got to realize we haven't drafted a pure pass rusher since Aldon Smith. They've all been serviceable DTs. But Solomon will help when he's back. Dumerville, too, pure rusher, outside linebacker. That's true. So I like what I'm seeing with Solomon Thomas. Solomon Thomas is hell-bent on improving. I wish he would have taken... You know, Solomon Thomas was checking out with that specialist. Why didn't he take Eli Harrell with him? Jamie Alazaga says, what's up? Jamie, what's up? Oh, and Salvador Benabisca says, and the quarterback from Remember the Titans. Oh, man. Better yet, how about North Dallas? Wait, what's that one when they're in jail? Oh, The Longest Yard. Was that The Longest Yard? Yeah, Burt Reynolds and then Adam Sandler's version. Johnny Bananas, Gruden is stupid, though. Maybe. You know, if I see here Khalil Mack coming to team, I'm going to just go ahead and start celebrating. And like Cynthia, go ahead and make your reservations for the Super Bowl. The 49ers would only then have to be concerned with the run game, and you can bet your sweet butt that he would definitely get that run game going. And Jimmy G, that's all he needs. Teams will be helpless. West Coast 57257, Tumor getting cut, but I think he's better than Coyle. You know, wow. Brock Coyle represents a lot of things to the 49ers. I don't know that Toomer's going to be able to get over that obstacle. Brock is solid. He's a good special teams guy. He's not going to hurt you in any way. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. Let's see what happens. And the Sheik says, please give more love to Ronbo Sports. Best content. Thanks, Sheik. And AZ the third, we need Frank Gore back ASAP. Frankie's in Miami. They can't get him out of that contract even if they wanted to. Are we out of here? So, fam, Monday Night Raw. We roasted Jimmy so bad, and I don't know if we're going to be raw on about it. We'll see what happens between now and tomorrow. I think the 49ers are going to have practice tomorrow, right? So we'll see what happens. Fam! Looking for you. Monday Night Raw. Have a good old evening. East Coast.